WKRG 5 remembers Mobile's 300 years. This is WKRG 5, news coverage you can count on.
He just won his fourth term in office, and now Mobile Mayor Mike Dow hopes to win supporters for his plan to make Mobile the state's largest city. And the Foley farmer who was jailed along with his son for allegedly beating up 3 police officers tells why he got all fired up.
I'm John Nodar in the First Alert Weather Center. Showers in the forecast for this Thursday, but perhaps not as many as yesterday. We'll talk about it in your Weather on the Fives coming up.
Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, August 30th. I'm Steve Alexander. Angela Russell has the day off. First on 5 this morning, Mayor Mike Dow has his sights set on West Mobile now. He won his 4th term in office on Tuesday, and he says his reelection shows that voters are pleased with the direction he's taken the city over the past 12 years. He says during the next 4 years, he'll continue to focus on economic development and city growth with serious discussion on annexing West Mobile.
We can be Alabama's largest city tomorrow if we formed a relationship, a true partnership with that western sector, or we can fall to number 4 by the next decade.
Mayor Dow says he's willing to include promises of services and infrastructure upgrades in a resolution so that West Mobilians will see immediate benefits from annexation. Now, even with those promises, Mayor Dow and the City Council may be fighting an uphill battle when it comes to annexation. Jonathan Carter has more on how residents are reacting to the mayor's annexation plan.
The intersection at Schillinger Road and Airport Boulevard marks an important financial area for Mobile County with its numerous businesses and, more importantly, lower sales tax, which is encouraging new construction. It also marks a spot and revenue the city of Mobile would love to control. That's why the city wants to annex West Mobile County with promises of things like city services. Not enough of an incentive for most county residents.
I'd personally just like to stay in the county. I enjoy living in the county, and that's just my personal opinion about it.
Down the road from the Fishers, the same sentiment is echoed by James Montgomery.
The ones that I've talked to said that they were satisfied like it is, And so I guess they still feel the same way, when it went to a vote before. So I said, I just assumed it'd stay like it is myself,
One way or another, there will be a conclusion to the issue, and children in this area will continue to play outside like they always have. The only question is if it will still be in the county or as a part of the city of Mobile.
It's Jonathan Carter reporting. County residents that we spoke with say they voted against annexation before and say that they will vote against it again if the issue gets that far. 72-year-old Charles Styron is out of jail, out of the hospital this morning, and also out of jail. He's recuperating from his brawl with Foley police officers. As we told you earlier this week, Styron's ordeal began when he was burning off his fields to get ready for planting. Now take a look at his bumps and bruises, all from what he calls wrestling with police. Styron says he doesn't know why things got so violent because he was only doing a controlled burn and he was almost finished. Styron says when firefighters told him to put out the fire, he began walking toward them, and that's when one police officer stopped him and got so close, he says he spit in Styron's face. Now, Styron says he spit back, and it all went downhill from there. It took 3 officers to bring Styron down.
Well, in other words, they was wrestling me, and I was just trying to defend myself. And I got arthritis in my shoulder, and I can't put my arms back of me. It hurts me so bad in my shoulders. If he'd wanted to arrest me and said, you're under arrest, let me put the cuffs in front of you, I'd have gladly went along with him because I knew I'd broke no law.
But Styron and his son are charged with aggravated assault of a police officer, resisting arrest, and obstructing government operations. The police officers involved wound up with their shares of bumps and bruises as well. Styron says he had complaints about his burns before, his fire burns, but never before have police officers or sheriff's deputies been called out to stop them.
Now, First Alert weather on the 5s.
Well, good morning to you. It is Thursday morning, and things are looking pretty nice along the Gulf Coast. We have had a few fairly quiet showers during the morning hours. 75 degrees in Mobile right now, 77 in Pensacola, and Fort Walton Beach, 74 in Pascagoula. Visibility, well, it's looking pretty good, too, on the order of 5-6 miles at most locations. Let's give a quick check at the First Alert live Doppler radar and show you what's happening there. And On the 75-mile scan, not a whole lot. Like I say, we saw a shower move through Mobile just a couple of minutes ago, and got a few more out in the Gulf waters stretching up to just around Pascagoula. Probably going to see scattered showers throughout the course of the day. Not as many as yesterday, and with a little bit of sun peeking through here and there. So there are some improvements in our forecast. And as we take a look at the wide picture, the southeastern satellite, you see there's still plenty of moisture out there, so we will continue to see scattered showers and thunderstorms over the next couple of days. Today, look for showers to continue, probably picking up at their peak around lunchtime, and a high of 84 degrees.
An Okaloosa County court has ordered a psychiatric evaluation now for the young woman accused of trying to steal a baby from a hospital maternity ward. 20-year-old Kavita Creighton will be held in jail until then. She's charged with false imprisonment of a child after befriending a new mother at the Fort Walton Beach Medical Center, then trying to allegedly kidnap the woman's newborn baby girl. That attempted kidnapping has raised serious concerns about hospital safety in our area. Creighton was caught after the alarm on the infant's leg band went off. Now, in Mobile, hospital officials said they have very good security measures to keep newborns safe, but they can't say exactly what they are. They say that would give would-be kidnappers too much insight into getting around the system. Spring Hill Memorial Hospital did say they don't have the electronically monitored wrist or ankle bands, but are still very safe.
And that's a nice method of last resort, but if you use good sense, match baby and mother's wristband, know who's supposed to be in your room and who's not supposed to be in your room, hopefully you don't need those sort of things.
Hospital officials say it's important for new parents also to be aware of what's going on around them and also protect themselves and their child. Mobile's own Secret Safe Place for Newborns program is in the running for a national award. The program was the brainchild of Mobile County District Attorney John Tyson. Yesterday, it was named one of 15 finalists nationwide for the Innovations in American Government Award. Secret Safe Place allows mothers to leave unwanted infants at a hospital without being prosecuted. An unseemly sight along the shores of Dauphin Island. Dead fish stretched out for miles. And what caused it all? Find out what the experts say coming up next in the news. And Area Bay residents put together a plan to beautify, protect, and improve their natural surroundings. Those stories and much more straight ahead. Stay with us. News time 5:37.
This is WKRG 5, coverage you can count on, with Steve Alexander, Angela Russell, and meteorologist John Nodar. WKRG 5 is coverage you can count on.
The biggest thing to ever hit the Gulf Coast is here through Labor Day only. It's the grand opening of the Gulf Coast's used car headquarters at Chris Myers Auto Mall, the home of the $99.99. $99 down, $99 a month for used cars, trucks, vans, sport utilities, acres and acres to choose from. All credit applications accepted. Over 16 lenders on hand for quick credit approval. $99 down, $99 a month. That's all you pay every day. Rush to the grand opening of the Gulf Coast used car headquarters through Labor Day only at Chris Myers Auto Mall, home of the $99.99.
This Labor Day weekend, come see how Lowe's is improving home improvement. From now until Monday, buy any gas grill, we'll assemble it and give you a tank of propane free. Buy any appliance and get a $35 gift card free. Use your Lowe's card and you'll have zero payments, zero finance charges until March 2002. And Lowe's promises the lowest possible prices. Every day, guaranteed. That's improving home improvement.
The all-you-care-to-eat buffet. Oh, yeah. Waffles. Royal morning potatoes. Yeah. And the crowning jewel, royal. Oh, wow. No, royal. Oh, yeah.
But when all you care to eat is royal sausage. Royal sausage, fully cooked hickory smoked pork sausage.
Oh, what a royal day. Would you like a tip on a great career? 2 words, medical assistant. I know because I am a medical assistant. I owe my career to the Medical Career Center. My job is stable, fun, and I get a nice paycheck. The medical field is growing, and medical assistants are needed everywhere. Check it out. Pick up your phone and call the Medical Career Center now and get the details. I love my job, and thanks to the Medical Career Center, I have a real future.
It was on this day in history, August 30th, 1967. The U.S. Senate confirmed Thurgood Marshall as Supreme Court judge by a vote of 69 to 11, Supreme Court Justice. Marshall had been named to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in 1961 and in 1965 named U.S. Solicitor General. Marshall was known for his liberal stance on issues. His work includes, of course, the 1954 Brown versus Board of Education ruling. That's the one that paved the way for integration of public schools. Another important ruling led to the standard of the Miranda Rule, informing suspects of their rights. Marshall was sworn in on October 2nd, 1967. He retired from the Supreme Court in 1991 and died in 1993. The school tax hike that Mobile voters passed in May is starting to pay off for the school system. The school board met yesterday to talk about next year's budget. The board will have more than $499 million to spend in fiscal year 2002. That is $47 million more than last year's budget. A good bit of that money will come from the local tax referendum. School officials will turn the final budget into the State Department of Education by August 31st. Miles of dead fish littering the beach at Dauphin Island, and conservation officials say shrimpers may be to blame. They say the fish are the bycatch from shrimpers' nets. Marine police say it's illegal to dump bycatch less than 3 miles offshore. And some Gulf Breeze residents want to clean up a muddy bayou there. They've presented their plan to city leaders that they think will work. Residents along Woodland Bayou say they'd like to see the waterway dredged and have an empty lot in Woodland Park used as a temporary holding place until the dredged material can be hauled off. City leaders are in favor of the idea but would like to vote on it before making a final decision.
It needs to flush and needs to come in and out better, and that's the main benefit for the city, but the benefit for the residents that live around the area is a healthier bayou.
The City Council could vote on that proposal as soon as next week. However, a feasibility study would have to be completed before any work begins. Well, just ahead, find out how the weekend weather is shaping up with John Nodar. He has the weather on the 5's forecast. Then we're going to take another look at top local news, including Mobile Mayor Mike Dow's ambitious plans for the western part of Mobile County.
Are you bound?
Come to the garden.
Juanita Bynum Ministries presents Women Weapons of Power. August 30th through September 1st at the Pensacola Civic Center. Preferred seating is available. Call 1-800-979-9195. Come to the garden where your healing begins.
It offers 4 tons of hauling capacity, has 3 rows of seating, and most amazingly is quite easy to carry. Announcing the Lincoln Sign and Drive event on the 2001 Lincoln Navigator. No down payment, no first month's payment, no security deposit, and no cash to its signing. You sign, you drive, and your payments are just $639 a month for 36 months. See your local Lincoln dealer.
Try this sometime. Tap on the windshield with your knuckles. Tap harder, harder, harder until your knuckles hurt. Let's say you're going somewhere in a hurry. Something distracts you, forcing you to slam on the brakes with your daughter in the front seat. Here's what happens to your knuckles. They slam into the dashboard while your head keeps going into the windshield. All because nobody's wearing a seatbelt. You knucklehead. We're serious about safety every time, every trip, every day. Buckle up. It's the law in Alabama.
It's harvest time, and at Burris Farm Market, the autumn produce selection has never been better. We've got delicious vine-ripe tomatoes fresh from our family farm to your table. For the friendliest service and the freshest produce, come to Burris Farm Market, Highway 59, Loxley, Alabama.
Mobile's 300 years of history. What do you remember?
Well, you know, Mobile is a kind of a unique place. It kind of gets in your blood, and there's so many people that grow up in Mobile. They spend the rest of their life trying to get back here. If they go with businesses after college, so many of these people spend the rest of their lives trying to figure out a way to get back to Mobile.
WKRG-5 remembers 300 years of history. Now, first alert weather on the 5's.
Yeah, maybe a little hard to get up this morning, but 2 more days and you get a nice long weekend.
That's right. Labor Day holiday weekend is upon us, and gosh, hard to believe the end of summer.
Yeah, I know, it is. Of course, it always passes by fast.
Well, and especially, you know, the kids have been in school a couple of weeks, so.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Enjoy it nonetheless. Let's take a look and show you what's going on And really, summer's not quite over yet. We still got a few days left, and the rain's not quite over either. Let's take a look outside at a wet view from our Skywatch camera atop the Union Planters Bank building. We just saw some rain in this area about, 30 minutes ago. Let's check the First Alert Live Doppler radar, see who's getting rained on now. This is the 75-mile range, and we got a few showers out there and a few more on the way. Some heavier rain just starting to make its way into the sweep here, and all of this is kind of easing toward the north and east, so there's a good chance that a shower will find you. And the difference today is twofold, actually. Number one, you're likely to see a shower earlier in the day than we have over the past couple of days. And the other thing is you may see a little bit of sunshine in between the showers today. So there you go. Meantime, temperatures along the coast this morning are in the 70s, mid-70s for the most part, with high humidity and calm winds. Visibility is okay so far anyway. Satellite picture shows lots of moisture. This low-pressure area over the western Gulf of Mexico never developed into anything except low pressure and a rainmaker. It's brought a lot of moisture up our way, and well, we're going to continue to see that in the atmosphere, so the possibility of showers is going to remain with us. Some other factors have eased a bit as far as the lift we need to turn this stuff into thunderstorms, so we won't see as many showers and thunderstorms today, but they're still out there, and you still need to take the rain gear with you. We've got temperatures that will go up to about 84 for a daytime high, and it'll probably occur early in the day. We call it 1:30 this afternoon. So the way it stacks up for this morning, a few showers, and Steve promised you a Labor Day holiday weekend forecast, so here it is. Going into the upper 80s and scattered showers and thunderstorms, a possibility each day. See, it still is summer.
Taking a look at the top stories making news this morning, Mobile Mayor Mike Dow says he'll focus the next 4 years in office on economic development and growth. Part of his plan includes another push to annex West Mobile. Dow says that annexing the area would make Mobile Alabama's largest city and would provide valuable city services to current county residents. But many West Mobile residents we spoke to say they oppose annexation and insist that they will fight efforts to make their communities part of the city. 72-year-old Charles Styron is out of the hospital and out of jail this morning after a recent brawl with Foley police. Styron's ordeal began when he was burning off his fields to get ready for planting. Styron says when firefighters told him to put out the fire, he began walking toward them, and that's when one police officer stopped him, and he got so close that he spit in Styron's face, according to Styron. Styron says he spit back, and it went downhill from there. It took 3 officers to bring Styron down. He and his son are charged with aggravated assault of a police officer, resisting arrest, and obstructing government operations. And an Okaloosa County court in Florida has ordered a psychiatric evaluation for the young woman accused of trying to steal a baby from a hospital maternity ward. 20-year-old Kavita Creighton will be held in jail until then. She's charged with false imprisonment of a child after befriending a new mother at the Fort Walton Beach Medical Center, then trying allegedly to kidnap the woman's newborn baby girl. Well, the gateways to Asia and Australia are closing as the anemic economy hits global marketing now. And college is a gateway to new adventures for young people, and that worries some parents. More on that story and much more next to the news. Stay with us at 5:48.
Now you can have your own electrical power plant with Generac, the leader in automatic standby systems. Generac systems are fully automatic. On when you lose utility power, off when power returns. Generac runs on natural or LP gas and comes in sizes to power any home or business. Bob Strawn has sold and serviced standby systems since 1974. With credit approval at Alberta Hardware, Bob offers Generac for no money down at terms to fit your budget.
Come on over to Alberta Hardware, where you're not just another customer.
Broken windshield? Grandma's going to tell you where to go. Glassmasters. We'll replace your windshield while you wait, or we'll drive to your location. And if you have insurance, it's free. We pay the deductible. If your insurance has no deductible, we'll give you a $20 gift certificate. Plus, we promise you the lowest prices. Call Glassmasters today, because what Grandma says, Grandma does.
Try Glassmasters for the lowest prices.
Everywhere you look, you see a coastal Ford. Save thousands now through Labor Day with the lowest prices of the year on all remaining 2001 Fords. Get up to $4,000 cash back. Financing as low as 0.9%. Over 100 quality used vehicles on sale, too. Hurry for huge year-end clearance savings now through Labor Day. Only at Coastal Ford, Airport Boulevard, West Mobile.
This is a complete broadband solution with a nitro-powered on switch. This is igniting your mission-critical applications on the fattest optical IP pipe on the planet. This is your business, screaming 1,000 times faster than yesterday. This is moving beyond connected. This is riding the light. This is the technology that makes it happen. Quest, ride the light.
If you're a worrier, then this morning's health report is for you. From parents' fears about binge drinking in college to worries over weekend hospital stays, Dr. Dave Nida helps ease your concerns about students in today's News for Your Health.
If you are a parent who has a student in college and you worry about that student binge drinking, well, you're not alone. A report from the American Medical Association shows 95% of parents with kids in college worry about their kids drinking, and for good reason. Most college students have easy access to alcohol, and the limits on drinking age really don't seem to be much of a deterrent. At some schools, the percentage of binge drinkers, including those who are underage, is 60% or higher. Well, here's another worry for you parents. Odds are to get into school, your child will need a measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, or an MMR. But a study in the New England Journal of Medicine shows getting an MMR triples the risk of getting a very high fever, and that fever can trigger a fever seizure. But that fever seizure usually doesn't happen on the day of the vaccination, but about 1 to 2 weeks later. But some good news in all of this, the fever seizures do not leave any long-term problems, and there are also very few other serious side effects noted from the MMR. And finally today, do you worry about going into the hospital on a weekend when hospital staffs are generally smaller and many departments are closed down? Well, you probably shouldn't worry too much. A study in the New England Journal of Medicine finds no higher weekend death rates for more than 70% of the most common serious medical ailments. Well, that's a look at some of the day's top health stories. I'm Dr. Dave Nida for CBS News.
And if you think that shot was painful, the U.S. economy posts its slowest growth rate in 8 years. But the bad news was actually met with a glimmer of hope on Wall Street. Stay in case has details and business news coming up next. And later we're going shopping with Mr. Food today.
Some best food buys are year-round buys. Yeah, they can help us in our cooking and all around our house. You'll see.
Why all the happy faces? The sale of the year is here. Save on a huge selection at Rhodes Furniture, including our top-selling bedroom. This Louis Philippe style queen bed is 100% American-made and sale priced at just $4.99. And to make that grin a little wider, there's no monthly payments or interest till 2003. The sale you've waited for is here. Rhodes Labor Day Weekend Sale. It's aisles and aisles of smiles.
Visit your local Dodge dealer, and you could end up on Bill Elliott's Pit Crew in Talladega. Register at your participating Dodge dealer to win a trip to Talladega with 6 VIP suite tickets, hotel accommodations, and best of all, the winner will see the race up close as an honorary member of Bill Elliott's Pit Crew. Register to win the test drive to Talladega at your Dodge dealer today. Then, start practicing.
Try this sometime. Tap on the windshield with your knuckles. Tap harder, harder, harder until your knuckles hurt. Let's say you're going somewhere in a hurry. Something distracts you, forcing you to slam on the brakes with your daughter in the front seat. Here's what happens to your knuckles. They slam into the dashboard while your head keeps going into the windshield. All because nobody's wearing a seatbelt. You knucklehead. We're serious about safety every time, every trip, every day. Buckle up. It's the law in Alabama.
This is a time of tremendous possibility.
Now.
There's a new sense of empowerment.
Now.
We're talking about a new generation of issues. We're talking about a new generation of hope.
Now.
It's important to seize the day. What's even more important, seize the moment.
Now.
Montel, making a difference.
Now, more than ever.
Montel is coming to WKRG 5. Now, first alert weather on the 5s.
Well, good morning. It is Thursday morning, and we're heading into the Labor Day holiday weekend. I was just checking the First Alert live Doppler radar, and you can too. Let's take a look. It's a 100-mile scan right now. We got some showers and thunderstorms south of Biloxi, and these things are moving toward the east-northeast really slowly, but they're moving nonetheless, so about that direction there. If they were to hold together, look for South Mobile County to be seeing some rain shortly, Pascagoula as well, and on into South Baldwin County. All right, what else is going on? We'll start off with the air quality for today, and when you get some showers and thunderstorms, as we have over the past couple of days, it's generally good, and it is going to be good for today and tomorrow. This front is just the incredibly slow mover, and it isn't going anywhere today, really, so we're going to look for a lot of the same kind of weather. Moisture coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico. Maybe not as much, so we won't see as many showers, and there's a possibility that some sun will peek out in between them. As we get down close to the surface, you got temperatures that are generally in the mid-70s, and they'll be that way during the morning hours. By afternoon, we'll warm to only about 84 degrees, but you need to go ahead and send the rain gear with the kids again. Mostly cloudy skies with some thunderstorms today, about a 40% chance, and a high of 84.
A popular PC maker is putting thousands of workers out to pasture. Stan Case has that story and more in today's Business Brief.
Despite a Commerce Department report adjusting gross domestic product in the second quarter downward, stocks were higher in morning trading. Then they resumed their tumble of the last 2 days on another round of weak corporate profit forecasts. The Dow lost 131 points to close at 10,090, and the Nasdaq slipped by 21 points, ending the day at 1843. The growth in the GDP was revised from a previous estimate of 0.7% to just 0.2. The anemic rate was the slowest in 8 years, although better than many economists had expected. And the Commerce Department's report did contain a bit of bright news. It says many businesses worked off excess inventory during the period, improving future growth prospects. Gateway is cutting about a quarter of its workforce and shutting some global operations. The total cuts amount to about 5,000 jobs, of which more than 2,000 will come in the U.S. The PC maker will shut operations in Asia and Australia, and it's considering pulling out of most of Europe. Gateway's CEO says the company needs to move, quote, beyond the box and expand beyond the PC business, which is its current niche. That's the Business Brief. I'm Stan Case.
2 full hours of news and information heading your way. Hope you can stay with us. He was kicked out of school, and now he's out of jail. The latest on a convicted sex offender who spent years working in Mobile County schools. That story and much more, weather on the 5s, as we journey our way through this Thursday morning. Stay tuned.
Are you bound?
Come to the garden.
Juanita Bynum Ministries presents Women Weapons of Power. August 30th through September 1st at the Pensacola Civic Center. Preferred seating is available. Call 1-800-979-9195. Come to the garden where your healing begins.
You've reached the point where your dreams are now real plans for the future. But when the slightest chest pain steals your thoughts, remember, there's no such thing as a slight chest pain to the ones who are looking forward to the rest of your life. Heart care at Spring Hill Medical Center, when it matters.
The #1 selling diesel motorhome in America for the last 4 years has arrived at Leisure Time RV. The Discovery is good looking on the outside, and inside Discovery is sensational. It's roomy, comfortable, and luxurious. Quality built by the RV industry leader, Fleetwood, the Discovery gives you full air ride suspension, 330 horsepower diesel engine, and automotive style instrument panel. You'll find the Discovery is easy to drive and easy to own. Here at Leisure Time RV in Pensacola's Car City.
You could be having a lot more fun this summer. Just drop whatever you're doing and get to your Pontiac dealer for the 2001 Pontiac Summer Clearance, where you can save a bundle. Get 0% APR financing on the driving excitement of any 2001 Pontiac in stock, or up to $2,000 cash back on select models. See dealer for restrictions. With a deal this good on driving excitement, you may want to get more than one. Great cash back offers. That's what you're going to get. This is where you gotta go.
It's Toyota clearance time. Get Palmer's Last Chance 2001 Camry, $14,999 or $189 a month. Price sells cars at Palmer's Airport Toyota, Airport Boulevard, Mobile.
Morning, everybody. Straight up 6 o'clock, 1st and 5 this Thursday morning. A 72-year-old man who was charged with beating up 3 Foley police officers is speaking out this morning. Charlie Herbert Styron is out of jail, and our Glenn Austin spoke to him yesterday afternoon. Here's his exclusive report.
Herbert Styron had just returned from another trip to the hospital since his arrest last weekend. A number of bruises are located up and down his arms where he wrestled with several Foley police officers. It all began on this field where smoke from a controlled burn began drifting over County Road 65 and 12. Officers told Styron to put the fire out.
An officer jumped in my face and says, "You can't do that," says, "Get back in that field." And he jumped up so close in my face, he started spitting in my face, and when he did, I spit back in his. And that's what he said, he was going to arrest me. And then 2 or 3 more come in there. I don't know where they come from. And they throwed me down and put the knees in my back and held me upside down in a ditch until I couldn't breathe, and I was just about dead.
Foley police say 3 officers were severely injured by the 72-year-old man.
I'm amazed at them saying that I done what I done. Because, hey, I can't hardly take care of myself.
Styron said he still can't believe that it all started from his controlled burn.
It ain't no way you can whip a law officer, because they got a gun, and it's 2 or 3 of them. One of them will get that gun and shoot you. I ain't no fool. I know what they'll do.
Charlie goes on to say that he's also suffering from a slipped disc in his back that he got from this fight. And he says that could prevent him from ever returning to the fields to farm. In Foley, Glenn Austin, WKRG 5.
Meantime, convicted sex offender Samuel Levis is out on $60,000 bond, and his neighbors in one Sims community are not happy that he's back home. In fact, after hearing the news, Melanie Langley decided to put her house up for sale. While she once considered him the perfect neighbor, Langley can't see staying here with her small children. And she doesn't see how a judge could allow Levis to return to a neighborhood with so many children around.
But they're putting this man, or they're allowing this man to stay in a place that's a mile away from an elementary, like 2-3 miles from a middle school, and then all these children in this neighborhood that are very, very young. And nobody seems to want to help.
Now, authorities say Levis is wearing an electronic monitoring device around his ankle, and it is being monitored by a state probation and parole officer until his trial begins. A former Pritchard police officer extradited from Texas to face corruption charges here in the Port City will go before a judge today for his bond hearing. Former Lieutenant James Stallworth was in a Mobile federal courtroom yesterday. Stallworth is one of 6 current and former Pritchard officers named in a 25-count indictment. That indictment was handed down by a grand jury. And in Baldwin County, a judge could decide whether or not bond should be revoked for 39-year-old Fred Barkley. Barkley is accused of abusing his elderly socialite wife. He was ordered to stay away from Louise Herron until the courts could decide whether or not she was being exploited. Baldwin County District Attorney David Whetstone says Barkley violated the order and that he should be arrested. She's accused of trying to steal a baby from a hospital maternity ward. And now an Okaloosa County court in Florida says she must undergo a psychiatric evaluation. 20-year-old Kavita Creighton will be held in jail until then. She's charged with false imprisonment of a child after befriending a new mother at the Fort Walton Beach Medical Center and then trying to make off with the woman's newborn baby girl, according to police. Last school year, a group of Baldwin County middle school students got sick for using a mushroom tea at school. Well, now WKRG5 has learned that a similar incident may have happened here in Mobile County earlier this week. Local authorities won't confirm or deny if they have worked a case involving mushrooms, but mushroom use has been around for decades. And according to the Drug Education Council, whether you know it or not, wild mushrooms can be very dangerous.
They can cause anything from change in heart rate, change in respiratory. We're not sure about some of the long-term damage that it can do, but we know that when you start changing the amount of oxygen in somebody's blood, you can do some brain damage. When you start changing heart rate and respiratory and all of that, you don't know what some of the side effects of that can be.
The Drug Council's executive director also reports that younger people, like teenagers, are more likely to use mushrooms because they're more likely to be experimenters and risk takers. Mobile police need your help this morning in finding a missing 15-year-old girl. Her name is Samantha Lynn Armstrong. Police say she left a note for her mom Tuesday, say she was getting a ride to school with a friend, but hasn't been seen since. Samantha has red hair and green eyes. She weighs about 110 pounds and was last seen wearing tan pants, black shoes, and a white shirt. If you have any information about her whereabouts, please call the police department at 208-7211 or 208-7263.
Now, first alert weather on the 5s.
Good morning. It is 6:05. Temperatures in the mid-70s to start things out today, and oh boy, it feels steamy out there. We had some rain in Mobile, and still kind of has that after the rain humidity going on. And you're probably going to see a lot of that around the area. A lot of rain yesterday, so you got a lot of moisture in the ground. You're going to feel kind of sticky throughout the course of not only today, but tomorrow as well. Visibility is on the order of 3 miles or better, so you can see where you're going today. Satellite picture does show the lingering front. It's right here. It stretches all the way from Texas on up now through the mid-Atlantic states, kind of laying out horizontally. Had some low pressure out in the Gulf waters that the National Hurricane Center was interested in for a while, but it's just turned into low pressure and moved on in toward Texas. But it is helping push moisture up this direction. That's one of the reasons we've been seeing showers and thunderstorms over the past couple of days. For today, maybe a little bit of sunshine in between your showers with a daytime high of 84 degrees. Our weather people of the day, boy, we got some beautiful shots here. That's Travis Ward on the right. He's 8 years old, and Will Coburn, who is 15 months. Travis and Will visiting Papa and Nana in Spanish Cove, Lillian, Alabama. And Nana and Aunt Tanya took them to Orange Beach to enjoy the sand. Will's first trip to the beach. Now he loves it just as much as Travis does. 555 Broadcast Drive is our address, or mornings at WKRG.com.
And still a lot more to come on this Thursday morning. We're glad you could be with us. Still ahead, we will go fishing down County Road 5, of course, with Jerry Huff. And there's a new season with a new head coach for the Crimson Tide. Randy Patrick takes a look at Alabama's season opener coming up in your morning sports report. And later, according to our students, this teacher is tops when it comes to fun.
Doing all the fun activities that she plans out for us, because some other class we don't really get an opportunity to really have, we have fun, but it's really all different in this class because she comes up with so much creative ideas. It's amazing.
We'll meet this week's Golden Apple Award winner. All ahead. Time right now, 6:08.
This is WKRG 5, coverage you can count on, with Steve Alexander, Angela Russell, and meteorologist John Nodar. WKRG 5 is coverage you can count on. WKRG 5 News is brought to you in part by Black Tie Tuxedos.
Pat Peck Nissan has had sales before, but this time it's the big sale. Now through Labor Day, Pat Peck Nissan has big sale tagged over 250 vehicles with the biggest savings of the year. Nissan Sentra or Frontier King Cab, your choice, only $10,988. $3,000 off Altima, $4,000 off Quest, $6,000 off Pathfinder. Just announced 130-day deferred payments on any new Nissan. That means no payments till next year. No hassle, no haggle with these big sale prices. Now through Monday only. Pat Peck Nissan in Mobile, open all day Labor Day. Look out for the big sale.
Folks, this is amazing. This man has pulled a 20-ton semi-truck and trailer a quarter of a mile using nothing but his teeth.
I've never seen anything like it, Bob.
Talk about guts.
He's closing in on the finish line.
He's giving this much more.
Oh, he's slowing down.
He's stopping.
Something seems to be troubling him, Bob.
What's wrong, big guy?
I was just thinking.
What?
Did you remember to renew our dental coverage with Delta?
What are you, crazy? Of course. Come on.
No one protects you like Delta Dental. We keep you smiling.
I guess you do have to kiss a lot of frogs to find a prince. I tried 5 different air conditioning companies before I found Bachelor's Service. Now I'll never change. Bachelor's is everything I could hope for. They get here fast, on time, and if they promise they can fix something by the end of the day, it'll be fixed. But I really haven't had any problems since they installed my new system. And Bachelor's gave me a 5-year warranty. It's terrific. Yeah, me and Bachelor's Service, happily ever after. And I mean ever after.
At the Mercury 2001 clearance, get 0.9% APR financing on every Grand Marquis in stock. Squat 0.9 or cash back on a Grand Marquis LS with V8 power and room for 6. Bupkis 0.9 on Grand Marquis with the 5-star crash test rating. No 0.9 on Grand Marquis and on every 2001 Mercury in stock. But hurry before these offers vanish. 0.9. See your local Mercury dealer. Now get $2,000 cash back or 0.9 financing on Grand Marquis.
Now, WKRG 5 Sports.
Good morning, everyone. Alabama is trying to stay focused on their season opener Saturday night. A victory at Bryant-Denny Stadium could go a long way in turning around a program that has fallen on hard times of late. Last year's Alabama-UCLA game set the tone for one of the worst seasons in Crimson Tide history. It was a game that turned out to be the beginning of the end for Mike Dubose' staff. Dennis Franchioni's honeymoon in the state is about to be over. Forget about all the speeches, the golf tournaments, the resume, and organizational skills that he brings to the table. Starting Saturday around sundown, it's all about performance on the field and winning football games.
I think with Coach Fran, obviously some changes have been made, not just to discredit anybody in the past, but right now we're a lot more organized. It's 100% focused. And if you're 99, then you're not ready. You don't need to be here. And it's either 100% or nothing, no matter who you are.
UCLA is certainly a good team. 24 seniors back, 17 starters back. Anytime you've got to defend somebody with a 1,000-yard tailback who's an excellent running back, a passer that threw for over 2,000, a receiver that caught over 50 balls, you've got your hands full.
I think last year we were overconfident. We thought it was going to be a cakewalk, and going into this year, we got a new attitude on things. We know that UCLA is a very good football team.
Saturday night's game that will be carried live nationwide on ESPN is set to kick off at 6:45. I want to congratulate Mobile's Dr. Andrew Birch. He's been named this year's recipient of the Bear Bryant Award. Dr. Birch will be honored at halftime at Saturday night's Alabama-UCLA game. And that's a look at sports for now.
Only the best deserves to be showcased. And now your Chrysler dealer is showcasing our most award-winning lineup of vehicles ever during the Chrysler Showcase sales event. Now on select vehicles, get financing as low as 0.9% or get 1.9 APR for up to $4,500 in savings or a $2,000 cash allowance. So hurry to the Chrysler Showcase sales event today. Then you can showcase an award winner right in your own driveway.
WKRG 5 Live Doppler is brought to you by Best Talk, the ultimate phone book, and Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Up to $5,200 in finance savings on Dodge Ram. Or $2,000 cash allowance, plus factory-to-dealer incentives, which could save you lots more.
Hurry in, save big at the Team Dodge sales event.
It's called the Popeyes Cajun Chicken Festival. Thousands of people craving Popeyes chicken and biscuits.
How many pieces of chicken you had today?
About 8.
Hey, give me a hug. You smell good.
I do smell good.
What are you wearing?
Chicken. Are these people obsessed with Popeyes? You decide.
www.beabiscuithead.com.
Now at Popeyes, get 3 pieces of Popeyes Raging Cajun Chicken for just $2.49. Or 11 pieces spicy or mild for only $8.99.
Now through Friday only, room air conditioners as low as $14 a month at Alabama Power. A warehouse full of air conditioners, $14 a month. Put it on your power bill. $14 a month. 6,000 BTUs of cooling power, as low as $14 a month. Through Friday only, get a summer fun pack free when you buy. It's only getting hotter, so don't miss this sale. Room air conditioners as low as $14 a month at Alabama Power, a Southern company.
I'm Tom Jones at East Bay Kia in Daphne. Everyone's having a year-end closeout, but not like East Bay Kia. You can buy a brand new Kia Sophia with no payments until 2002, then as low as $189 a month. Check out our new Kia Sedona minivan and our luxurious Optima, all backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile long-haul warranty. And no credit application will be refused at East Bay Kia, where we will save you money.
East Bay Kia's got the right Kia for you.
Now, first alert weather on the 5s.
Anybody else out around 4 this morning? I was looking up at the sky and wow, it's raining at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, boy, it makes it hard to pull yourself together when you have nice quiet rain coming down and
sleep and
just wait. This weekend, you get the long weekend, you can do that too.
Thanks for reminding us. Can we go back to sleep now?
No.
Oh, okay.
Stick around and check out this weather broadcast. We got, well, a pretty decent morning, though. We got some wet streets. Be careful out there. Otherwise, a steamy field of things and a few showers. This is the Skywatch camera view from our camera atop the Union Planters Bank building looking north up Interstate 65. Lots of folks up and at 'em this morning, but everybody seems to be getting along pretty well out there. Let's look at the First Alert Live Doppler radar and see what's happening in that department. You're going to find that there are lots of showers and thunderstorms, and most of them right now are south of Biloxi in the Gulf waters, but they're moving toward the east and northeast pretty slowly, so they may not hold together the whole time, but good chance that folks in Pascagoula and eventually South Mobile County and Central Baldwin County will see some showers during the morning hours. As the day wears on, more of the rain is going to be in the northern part of the viewing area. We'll talk about that in just a second. But first, let's do the numbers and see what's happening outside right now. Again, like the past few mornings, it feels warmer than those mid-70s would indicate. The humidity is high and there's no wind out at all. Southeast satellite shows that low pressure over the Gulf we've been watching over the past couple of days. Never did organize. It stayed a low pressure. It's bringing a lot of rain to Texas and Louisiana and helping push moisture up our direction as well. Been plenty of rain out there for the past few days, and you can see that yesterday most of it took place in the northern part of the viewing area. Today, I think pretty much the same area is going to see a good deal of rainfall. Possibility of showers and thunderstorms is out there for all of us, though, off and on, with a little bit of sunshine in between and a high of 84.
Good fresh fish are often a delicacy that everybody enjoys, especially a delicacy of choice. But for one local man, there's certainly nothing to be taken lightly. Here's Jerry Huff with a special rebroadcast of County Road 5.
And when they had done this, they enclosed a great shoal of fish. That's from the Gospel according to St. Luke. And these are the fish many believe filled those nets, tilapia. 2,000 years later, they are prospering all over the world, including the Gulf Coast. Only now, one doesn't need divine intervention to enclose a great shoal of fish. Earl Purvis just needs to drain one of his 35 tanks, which he did just in time for our visit. They really are delicious, grilled or fried. He's been raising them commercially for over 6 years. One reason is they grow quickly to marketable size, around 1.5 pounds.
A year, a little better. Year to year and a half, something like that, depending on what size you want to get them to and depending on the climate.
Even our record heat doesn't bother tilapia. On the contrary, Earl Purvis has to worry about cold water.
Once it gets down to 50 degrees, it's a big problem. In fact, some will die at 55 degrees.
He can cover his ponds in winter if necessary. The secret to a lot of fish in a little place? Each of those tanks contains about 850 tilapia. Circulating water through the ponds and changing the water in the tanks every day. Mr. Purvis built a complex system which refreshes and recycles water through the entire operation.
Tilapia is a fish that loves to eat. Lucky for us. For County Road 5 in George County, Mississippi, just south of Lucedale, I'm Jerry Huff.
It's time to present the first Best Talk Golden Apple Award of the new school year, and it goes to Miss Joby Robertson, a middle school teacher at Government Street Baptist School. Here's Devin Walsh.
Thank you.
We love you, Miss Robertson.
The school year just started, and Miss Robertson's students already love her so much, they nominated her for the Golden Apple Award. She teaches language arts to 6th through 8th graders. Her students say she makes the grade.
Just doing all the fun activities that she plans out for us, because some other class we don't really get an opportunity to really have, we have fun, but it's really all different in this class because she comes up with so much creative ideas. It's amazing.
Miss Robertson says she enjoys knowing that she has the chance to make a difference in her students' lives. She says she tries not to teach straight from the books. She tries to go beyond the words on the page.
How it applies in their everyday life, how it's going to affect them once they leave out of these four walls, because it does no good for them to learn it in this classroom and then they can't apply it outside.
That's Devin Walsh reporting. Still ahead on WKRG 5 News, we're going to be checking in with Maris Norman for the first time this morning. She's in a frenzy, a stamping frenzy. Find out what we mean coming up. Also get ready to shell out more bucks at the gas station.
I can't believe I paid 20 bucks for not even 11 gallons of gas.
And drivers across the country feeling the pressure at the pumps again. Find out why it may cost you more to gas up this holiday weekend. And we have your morning Skywatch 5 traffic report. Don't leave home without it as the sun rises over Mobile and the rest of the area. Time right now, 6:21.
The WKRG 5 Golden Apple Award is brought to you in part by Best Talk.
In less than 6 months, sales have tripled at the all-new Mark Dodge in Mobile. How do we do it? By offering superior new and used vehicles at the guaranteed low prices our competitors can't or won't match. Like a 2001 Dodge Caravan for only $15,495, or a loaded V8 Dodge Ram Quad Cab SLT for $17,995. And remember, at Mark Dodge, we won't try to trick you with hidden charges or high fees after you've agreed to a price. You won't pay more for integrity at Mark Dodge in Mobile.
The FDA has pulled the cholesterol-lowering drug Baycol due to 31 deaths. On Wednesday, August 8th, Baycol was pulled off the market because of muscle destruction linked to 31 deaths in the U.S. If you've taken the drug Baycol, call Davis & Hamilton at 1-800-844-8099. It's a free call and a free consultation. If you've taken Baycol, you could be entitled to a cash recovery. Call now, 1-800-844-8099.
Why all the happy faces? It's that time of year. Time for Rhodes Labor Day weekend sale. Shop a huge assortment of our most popular furnishings on sale, plus a wide selection of new arrivals for every room, marked way down for their world premiere. And to make that grin a little wider, there's no monthly payment or interest till 2003. Get ready to smile, get ready to save, because this is the weekend you've been waiting for at Rhodes.
Have you ever worked as a mechanic, an industrial worker, or a railroad worker, and are at least the age of 46 years old? If so, you may be eligible to be tested for asbestosis. Also, if you've ever been diagnosed with a lung cancer called mesothelioma, this cancer is linked directly to asbestos exposure. If you would like more information on this procedure, or if you feel that you're exposed to asbestos at your job site, please feel free to call us at our toll-free number.
Now, Skywatch 5 traffic.
Good morning, your Drive 5 time now, 6:23, and the sun is rising on what looks to be, so far at least, a good Thursday morning commute. No report of any trouble, tie-ups, or accidents in our area along the Bay or Eastern Shore today. But if you do spot trouble, give us a call at star 5 on your singular wireless. Remember, the Alabama Department of Transportation reminds you to buckle up. It's the law. I'm Joy Purcell, reporting live from the WKRG 5 News Traffic Center.
Getting ready to take a trip over the Labor Day weekend? Well, a lot of people are. Better gas mileage is something I guess we'll all be wishing for in the upcoming months because the gasoline supply is shrinking once again, and that, of course, means higher gas prices. And you guessed it, it's happening just in time for the Labor Day weekend. Drew Levinson reports.
As Americans prepare to hit the road for the Labor Day weekend, gas prices across the country are on the rise.
I was shocked. It's outrageous. I can't believe I paid 20 bucks for not even 11 gallons of gas.
It's another case of supply and demand at the pumps. The American Petroleum Institute reports gasoline supplies shrank in the past week, 3 million barrels below levels a year ago. Adding fuel to the fire, a fire at a fuel refinery near Chicago last week. The Citgo facility was shut down.
Anytime you take refining capacity offline, it's going to have a ripple effect across the entire U.S. market.
The Environmental Protection Agency is trying to ease that problem for Citgo in the Midwest, where air quality standards are among the toughest in the country. There, the company is allowed to produce and sell lower quality and less expensive gasoline. Still, prices have risen about 10 cents a gallon nationwide. Here in the Midwest, it's even more. The average price for a gallon of gasoline is $1.66. The U.S. average, $1.49. And people here in Chicago, as well as Milwaukee, are paying 22 cents a gallon more today than they did at the same time last year. The gas hike hits Matt Roll right where it hurts. He's planning a Labor Day boat trip.
It's not going to keep me from going, but it's definitely going to cost about $200 more than it would have a couple months ago.
EPA officials expect the problem to ease itself next month. That's when all oil refineries switch over to producing a lower grade, less expensive fuel for the winter. Drew Levinson, CBS News, Chicago.
Now, first alert weather on the 5s.
Good morning, 6:25 Thursday morning, heading into the Labor Day holiday weekend, and well, things don't look too shabby out there today. Let's check the first alert live Doppler radar, see what's going on. I went ahead and spread out to the 150-mile range just to see what was out there, and really those showers in the Gulf waters south of Biloxi are about it for the time being. We saw some rain in Mobile earlier. These showers moving actually toward Pascagoula and South Mobile County, and probably will brush along the coastline there. There are going to be more showers this afternoon, and they'll probably be a little farther inland. Let's see what else is happening. We'll start with the, well, let's go ahead and jump right into the 5-day forecast since the holiday weekend is coming up. We're looking at daytime highs that will probably only be in the mid-80s today, with scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms every day. Matter of fact, today we can take out the afternoon, just say scattered showers and thunderstorms all day. Highs will finally get back up into the upper 80s, overnight lows in the 70s.
Little extra cream in the coffee this morning. It's Thursday, still much more coming up, including we're going to meet Chef Tenny Flynn, who will be joining us in the WKRG kitchen. Definitely want to feast your eyes on some scrumptious seafood dishes from his New Orleans restaurant. Plus, we'll check in with Maris Norman. She's getting creative with stamps. Find out how you can join the frenzy. And heads up to the people who run a dragon farm in our area, because they're providing a cute critter photo. Time 6:27.
iMasters announces the $99 perfect pair. That's a complete pair of glasses for just $99. Even prescription sunglasses and kids' glasses are just $99. Perfect pair, perfect price. Now at iMasters.
There are certain events that people are proud to be part of, and Camp Jeep is one of them. But before you can get there, you need to get here first. Visit your Jeep dealer now during the Camp Jeep sales event. Don't miss your chance to take advantage of a low $329 a month lease on a powerful and refined two-wheel drive Grand Cherokee Laredo. But hurry, because when it comes to Camp Jeep, the only way to say I was there is to get here first. See your local Jeep dealer.
This Labor Day weekend, come see how Lowe's is improving home improvement. From now until Monday, buy any gas grill, we'll assemble it and give you a tank of propane free. Buy any appliance and get a $35 gift card free. Use your Lowe's card and you'll have zero payments, zero finance charges until March 2002. And Lowe's promises the lowest possible prices. Every day, guaranteed. That's improving home improvement.
You'll find spectacular store-wide savings this weekend at Hancock Fabrics. Now through Monday, our entire selection of decorator fabrics are 25 to 50% off. Save 20 to 50% on all home accents and accessories. Our entire stock of special order decorator express fabrics are 25% off. Selected challis prints are just $1.99 a yard. And So Perfect quilt batting is 20% off. You'll find these and many more great store-wide values now through Monday at Hancock Fabrics. We're America's fabric store.
When I have a body ache, it feels like somebody has slammed me to the floor. I use BC for any kind of aches and pains that I may have, and that pain is gone.
When I have a backache, it's just like someone put some screws right here in my back and just tighten it up and tighten it up. And then when I take a BC, it starts backing off, backing off. The BC knocked it out.
When I have a body ache, it feels like I've been run over by a Mack truck. BC powder just automatically goes right to the pain. There is nothing that is faster than a BC powder.
This spring, I took nothing for my allergies because I worried about side effects. Then an allergist told me about nasal chrome. No drowsiness, no risk of drug interactions, very safe. It's been a very good year.
Nasal chrome. Safe relief just where you need it.
WKRG 5 remembers Mobile's 300 years.
Cats, chameleons, and bearded dragons. Oh, my. We want to thank Thomas Rorix Jr. from the 3T Dragon Ranch in Citronelle for sending this. Now, the cat is named Ugly Ugly. Aw, poor name. Poor cat. But there's a bearded... Actually, what you see up there is a chameleon from Madagascar. His name is Big D. And Big D and the cat get along great, according to Thomas. That they have free reign of everything, and cat never harms it. Cat doesn't harm this one either. Of course, this one's bigger, so I don't blame Ugly Ugly on that one. This one is a bearded dragon named Biscuit. And we want to thank Thomas Rorix Jr. from Citronelle of 3T Dragon Ranch for sending that to us. And if you have a cute critic photo, there's the address, and there's our website, too. You can send it right along. Well, looking for something creative to do? Why not try your hand at stamps? Not postage stamps, but Maris Norman joins us now to explain a little bit more.
Well, there is so much variety here. There's no way I could explain it in one simple sentence. It's just going to be best to show you. We are at Stamping Frenzy. This is Ray Hardy, and these ladies that we see over here are actually working on some of the stamps that we're going to take a look at, and we're going to ask you to tell us exactly what stamping is, because when I first heard it, I was thinking, well, okay, I know about postage stamps, but what are you talking about?
Well, rubber stamping is just an art form that anybody can do. I can do it, and that's how I got started in it, because it was so simple. And it started back basically out in California, and it's really swept the country. And it's been going on for at least 20, 25 years now.
And a lot of variety. The ladies are doing things with designs that, if you want any kind of design you want, can you get a stamp for that?
Pretty much anything.
What can you make when you do a stamp?
Well, you can make your own Christmas cards, which is how I got started. You can make birthday cards, anniversary cards, get well cards, just cheer me up cards, postcards, just basically anything you want to as far as cards. You can also stamp on glass, wood, fabric, different materials, even velvet. You can stamp on velvet.
What are some of the tools that they're using besides the stamp? I see the ink and some other things here.
Well, they're using a brayer, different types of ink like dye-base ink, permanent ink, pigment ink, and they're doing some embossing, which is a powder that's poured on to top of pigment ink and brushed off and then heated, and it melts and gives a raised surface.
Well, there's so much variety to stamping. We're going to show you more of it. We're going to show you some actual clothing with stamping and earrings and some other things that are going to really make you think twice about stamping. And maybe I'm going to even try my hand at it, so stick around for that.
Want to see that, too. Still ahead on WKRG 5 News this Thursday morning. We'll be checking national news headlines. And new information surrounding the crash that killed singer Aaliyah and 9 others this past weekend. Find out why the plane should have been grounded. And John will be back with the First Alert forecast. Thanks for tuning in. Time now on a Blue Thursday, 6:33.
This is WKRG 5, coverage you can count on, with Steve Alexander, Angela Russell, and meteorologist John Nodar. WKRG 5 is coverage you can count on.
CBS Wednesday, 11 teams of 2 race once around the planet. They're mothers and daughters.
And there's going to be times when we're going to butt heads.
Grandparents.
I told her she's going to have to milk a yak.
Fraternity brothers.
Oh, we are the ugly Americans.
Ordinary people in the most extraordinary event of their lives.
There's definitely a potential for an international incident.
From the network that brought you Survivor.
There's going to be a big tree. Those are the directions you got, under the big tree.
The Amazing Race premieres CBS Wednesday.
Imagine a place where beauty lasts a lifetime. And then imagine calling it home.
And now, it's even easier. With no payments and no interest for 1 full year during Haverty's Labor Day sale. That's 1 year, same as cash, great name brands, incredible home furnishings, and Labor Day sale prices.
Haverty's, makes it home.
And I can't believe I shanked that 3-iron.
I should have used a wood.
I don't guess you mean Osmos from Great Southern Wood, the lumber with a lifetime warranty. Where is that? There it is. I think I can get it close with a wedge.
Nah, I'm thinking 9-iron.
Oh, 4! So remember, if it doesn't say Osmos on the yellow tag, believe me, you don't want it.
It's the bottom of the ninth at Treadwell Ford, and you're the winner. Treadwell Ford has over 100 brand-new 2001 F-Series trucks to sell during the final days of the Ford authorized clearance, and these trucks are loaded. Buy a 2001 F-150 regular cab for $12,988. You save $5,300. Or an F-150 four-door super cab for only $14,988 with savings over $6,000. Or 2001 F-150 Super Crew XLT for $21,988, saving over $5,600. Hurry to Treadwell Ford to take advantage of the final days of the Ford authorized clearance, because after September 4th, the game is over.
When Food World asked you what you wanted in a store, you said more low prices. So we've lowered more prices. This week, get huge Labor Day savings. Family packs of previously frozen medium pork spare ribs, just $1.39 a pound. 12 packs of Coke, Diet Coke, or Sprite, 3 for only $7. And large red ripe watermelons, just $2.79 each. If you haven't been to Food World lately, it's time you made a change to Food World. The change will do you good.
Low price places, Food World.
Now, First Alert weather on the 5s.
And it is 6:35 Thursday morning. You can see on the First Alert live Doppler radar, nothing happening to the east, but plenty going on to the west, especially out in the Gulf waters. Got some showers and thunderstorms kind of easing toward the east-northeast. So Pascagoula, get ready. Starting to see a few showers making their way into Biloxi and probably be in South Mobile County before long, too. In the morning, along the coast, you're going to see the showers. By afternoon, the heavier rains will be inland. Take a look at a wide picture of the southeastern United States, and boy, this is just the front that wouldn't go away. It still stretches to the north of us, still keeping in the moisture, low pressure down here in the Gulf. By the way, the Hurricane Center has pretty much given up on that low pressure area. It's never going to develop into much except a rainmaker, and it's helping pull a lot of moisture in our direction, too. That's one of the reasons we've seen so much rain over the past couple of days. But today, just off and on with maybe some sunshine in between the showers. Temperatures that are in the mid-70s now will warm to probably the mid-80s because we're seeing our showers earlier in the day. It'll probably stay a little bit cooler. So as you get the kids off to school, send the rain gear with them once again. Not as many showers today, but we'll still see some thunderstorms. Our weather people of the day out on a sunny, beautiful day at the beach. Travis Ward, who is 8 years old, and Will Coburn, 15 months. Travis and Will visiting Papa and Nana in Spanish Cove, Lillian, Alabama. Papa and Nana are W.J. and Nita Halford. And the parents are Tommy and Tammy Coburn of Monroeville and Joe Ward of Irvington. 555 Broadcast Drive is our address, or mornings at WKRG.com.
The ringleader of the Texas 7 will die for his role in killing a Texas police officer. That story tops our look at news making national headlines this Thursday morning. A Dallas jury handed down that verdict yesterday, just hours after George Rivas told the court that he'd rather die than spend the rest of his life in prison. Rivas led 6 other inmates out of a South Texas prison in one of the state's biggest jailbreaks ever. He killed a policeman on Christmas Eve, police say, in a robbery last year. Safety questions continue about the firm which operated a plane that crashed in the Bahamas, killing singer Aaliyah and 8 others. Federal Aviation Administration records show the company, Black Hawk, had been cited 4 times in 3 years for safety violations. Those violations include failure to follow employee drug testing rules and failure to perform proper aircraft maintenance. The FAA also says the pilot who was flying the charter plane did not have authorization to fly that specific aircraft for the company and had been in court on drug charges just 12 days before the crash in the Bahamas. And there are reports the plane was as much as 1,500 pounds over the weight limit. Comedian Bob Hope is in stable condition this morning in a California hospital. According to doctors, he has mild pneumonia. The 98-year-old comedian was admitted Sunday night after having some trouble breathing. The doctor says Hope's health has already improved and he should be out of the hospital in a few days. Glad to hear that. Coming up when WKRG 5 News continues, Randy Patrick has your morning sports recap. Plus, you think vinegar is sour? Well, today Mr. Food takes us shopping and shows us the sweet deals we can get on that bitter stuff. And before you head out the door, get your Skywatch 5 traffic report. Time right now, 6:39.
WKRG 5 News is brought to you in part by Black Tie Tuxedos.
Bruno's presents the tomato, plump, juicy, and bursting with flavor. Like the Holland, equally at home stuffed with baby shrimp or on a simple BLT. Or the cherry, very tiny and very sweet. And we have yellows because they're less acidic and perfect for salads. For canning, we recommend the Roma, and for stews, the hearty beefsteak. In fact, whether you like your tomatoes on the vine or by the glass, we have your favorites at Bruno's. Imagine the possibilities.
Where's the best deal on a used vehicle? At a high-volume new car dealership. Hi, I'm Mark Boniel of Mark Dodge in Mobile. High new car volume has allowed Mark Dodge to trade for a great selection of outstanding used vehicles. Like a 2001 Ford Taurus loaded for only $12,995. For a 98 Jeep Grand Cherokee, only 16,000 miles. Totally loaded, including leather, for $14,995. Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, Hondas, and all Chrysler products, you name it, we've got them. Buy your next used vehicle today at Mark Dodge in Mobile.
When you're prospecting for the best lunch anywhere, bust on into Boomtown Casino. You'll strike the motherload of buffets, like steak on a flaming grill, fresh pasta and pizza hot out of a brick oven, even homemade desserts. Seafood like boiled shrimp and barbecue shrimp.
They got loads of seafood every day.
Lunch is only $7.49 when you dig into the motherload of buffets at Boomtown Casino. But look, she's back, babe bonanza.
Michael was diagnosed with asthma when he was just 2 years old. A lot of sleepless nights because he was so young. It was very hard. He's starting to realize that, yeah, if he does take the medicine, he could do a whole lot more. The drug companies have done a great job. He does karate, plays baseball, basketball, just basically what regular children do. If I met a researcher on the street, I would tell him that I'm very grateful and that to keep up the great work because they're actually saving my son's life.
Now, Skywatch 5 traffic.
Good morning, New Driving 5 time now, 41 minutes away from, actually 41 minutes after the hour. We're 19 minutes away from the top of the hour. Things are backing up a bit, as you can see, on Cottage Hill Road. Your regular morning work and school traffic causing a few little tie-ups here and there, but nothing serious at this hour to report. We do ask, though, if you do see something that's causing the jam, give us a call. You can reach us at *5 on your Singular Wireless. And remember to buckle up as you head out the door. The Alabama Department of Transportation reminds you it's the law. I'm Joy Purcell, reporting live from the WKRG 5 News Traffic Center.
This morning, Mr. Food is taking a break from the kitchen to take us on a shopping trip. Oh, boy. We're checking out today's best food buy, and it not only helps us in our cooking, but around the house, too.
Today, the big craze seems to be fancy flavored vinegars. You know, balsamic and red wine and garlic and walnut and champagne, and it goes on and on. But let's not forget about our old favorite, white vinegar. Yeah, not only is it ever versatile, but week after week, it's always a best food buy. Well, you see, this little bottle can go a long way. Well, like here in cooking, if we're hard-boiling eggs, you add a bit of vinegar to the water to prevent any white from leaking out of them. And when poaching them, that same bit of vinegar will keep those eggs looking picture perfect. Why, we can even sprinkle vinegar on fish fillets, you know, before cooking them to make them firmer and whiter. And as I go along to that fish, let's say that we're cooking cabbage or any strong-smelling veggie. You simmer a small pan of water and vinegar on the stove at the very same time, and those strong odors will almost be a thing of the past. And besides all of the pickling and the marinating and the dressing recipes that call specifically for white vinegar, it's an amazing household cleanser, too. Sure, we can remove stubborn stains from coffee makers and glasses and even mugs by rinsing them with a solution of 1 part vinegar to 8 parts of hot water. And vinegar and water are a super solution for washing our windows and even our kitchen floors. And these are just a sampling. Why, there are so many uses for this little bottle that it's practically worth its weight in gold. And always at such a bargain price. Let's make sure we don't forget the white vinegar in a world of gourmet ones. Because, you know, sometimes simple is the best. Ooh, it's so good.
And did you see that cup that said, ooh, it's so good? I gotta get one of those. Still much more to come your way this Thursday morning. We'll be joined in the WKRG 5 kitchen by Chef Tenny Flynn from GW Finn's in New Orleans with a sample of their savory seafood menu. Plus, the Mobile Bay Bears are wrapping up their season. Randy Patrick has highlights coming up in your morning sports report. And still to come, we're going to check music entertainment news with Rebecca Rankin.
This summer gave us everything from a rock resurgence to NSYNC's chart domination. I'm Rebecca Rankin in Santa Monica. Coming up, we're going to take a look at some of the summer's hottest albums.
Okie dokie, and we'll check in with our Maris Norman, too, as she stamps out boring gift cards and wrapping paper. You'll see what we mean coming up. Time now, 6:44.
You know, the beauty of a show like mine is that it lives in the moment. And one act of compassion or caring can change a life forever.
Montel is coming to WKRG 5.
Do you need glasses? Perfect, because right now, iMasters is offering the $99 perfect pair. The perfect pair of glasses for you, complete with frame and single vision lenses for just $99. Prescription sunglasses, $99. Kids glasses with scratch and impact resistant lenses and a 1-year breakage warranty, you guessed it, $99. The perfect pair of glasses at the perfect price, just $99. So hurry in to iMasters.
Only the best deserves to be showcased. And now your Chrysler dealer is showcasing our most award-winning lineup of vehicles ever during the Chrysler Showcase sales event. Now on select minivans, get financing as low as 0.9% or get 1.9 APR for up to $4,500 in savings or a $2,000 cash allowance. So hurry to the Chrysler Showcase sales event today. Then you can showcase an award winner right in your own driveway.
This spring, I took nothing for my allergies because I worried about side effects and drug interactions. It was a bad time. Then an allergist gave me good news. Nasal Crom, he said. Only Nasal Crom works just in the sensitive part of your nose, not in your bloodstream. No drowsiness, no risk of drug interactions, very safe.
You mean I spent months feeling awful?
For no reason. Yes, Diane, he said. You did. Trust me, it'll work great.
Nasal Crom, safe relief just where you need it.
There have been a lot of headaches in this house, but only one headache medicine, Tylenol, for fast relief of even tough headaches. Because sometimes the difference between noise and music is all in your head.
Now, first alert weather on the 5s.
Summer's almost over. Not officially, I guess, but...
No. Middle of September is the technical, but I think everybody pretty much counts it as Labor Day weekend.
Ask the kids, once you go back to school, it's over.
All right, well, let's take a look at the forecast. And even though it's almost over, it's not quite over. Yeah, the rain isn't quite over either. Let's take a look outside, show you what's going on. We did have some showers in this area earlier today, but it's dried out a bit, and folks not having any problem getting along Interstate 65 as seen from our Skywatch camera atop the Union Planters Bank building. But you can see the moisture in the air out there today. Check it out on the First Alert Live Doppler radar, and you'll see where the moisture is actually falling as rain. We're getting most of that over parts of South Mississippi right now, in the Gulf waters, too. Let's go ahead and take you down. What do you say we go around Biloxi Way and see who's getting rained on down there? Well, we got some showers right over Mississippi City and a little dribble heading into Gulfport right along the coastline. Wool Market, you might be seeing some in about another 10 minutes or so. That's the way it's stacking up. Most folks not being rained on in the morning. If you do see rain in the morning, more likely along the coast. By afternoon, that starts to move inland and pick up a little bit. All right? All right, let's see what the temperatures are doing. Mid-70s, yep, with high humidity and light winds and pretty good visibility considering all the factors that are out there. I mean, we get tons of moisture in the atmosphere, mostly being thrown off by this low pressure just south of Texas in the Gulf waters. By the way, we'll talk more about that in a second, but it is just low pressure. We've got plenty of clouds out there. The sun may start to peek through between the showers later today. Southeast radar picture shows most of the rain yesterday was to the north, and that's probably where it's going to be today. If you're along this line, stretching from, Louisiana, New Orleans area on up through about Montgomery, you're going to have a better chance of rain than the rest of us. Temperatures in the 70s will go to 84 degrees, and I told you about the tropics. We'll pick up with that next time, but right now, just let me say, It's quiet.
We are here at Stamping Frenzy. We are talking to Ray Hardy and looking at all the wonderful things you can do with stamps. You're actually going to get me started on a project. Tell me what we have here on the table.
Okay, what we have is a piece of cardstock and a rubber stamp, which is of a teapot, and we're going to dry or emboss it.
Okay, well, what do I do to get started? Come over here and show me what to do.
Okay, what you'll do is you'll take your stamp and you'll ink it up with one of the pads.
Okay, just any color that I want.
Yes,
okay. Let me pull that out. I'll take this nice pink one. And so I would just put it all over the stamp. Is there a certain amount that you need to put on one of these?
Just make sure that it's covered well on a line stamp. You just want to make sure you got good coverage.
Okay, and any design that you want. This looks like a teapot, but anything that if I wanted to do a butterfly or a horse, would I be able to find that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so what do I do after I have done this?
You would pick up your stamp and you would turn it down onto your paper and you would put even image. You don't want to rock it, but you would put even image pressure all across your image.
Okay, so you just press on it lightly. You don't want to rock it because of the blurring.
Right.
Okay, so what happens if you pick it up and let's say the image is not there? Mine seems to have worked out, but what if the image is not completely there? How do you fix that mistake?
Well, you can take a pen and draw through your lines, and then we'll put embossing powder over it and it will stick.
Okay, well, coming up, we're going to finish this, maybe emboss it, show you how good this can look, and also show you some of the other things, interesting things you can do with stamping, so stick around for that.
Now, WKRG 5 Sports.
Good morning, everyone. A federal grand jury has indicted 2 former Memphis high school football coaches in a recruiting scandal involving former Alabama player Albert Means. Lynn Lang, former head coach at Trezevant High School, and his former assistant Milton Kirk were charged with conspiracy, bribery, and extortion, and warrants were issued for their arrests. Means, a former parade All-American at Trezevant High, transferred to Memphis in January after playing last fall at Alabama. He left the school after hearing Lang and Kirk had shopped his talents to SEC schools in return for cash, cars, and other items. The NCAA announced yesterday that Means has been cleared to play this fall for the University of Memphis. A spokesman from the NCAA said there was no evidence that Means knew about the allegations prior to reading media reports. Earlier this week, Kirk testified under oath at a Memphis school board hearing that Crimson Tide booster Logan Young had paid Lang $200,000 to get Means to sign with Alabama. Lang, now coaching at a high school in Mississippi, has denied any wrongdoing. Well, the high school football season kicks off tonight in the state of Alabama. Surprisingly, it will be a busy Thursday night. UMS Wright and McGill-Tulane continue their rivalry at Ladd Peoples Stadium. Gulf Shores High School will break in its new stadium tonight as the Dolphins host Coffeyville. Kickoff in Gulf Shores is set for 7. Viger on the road at Robert E. Lee. They'll be playing that one in the Crampton Bowl in Montgomery. Jackson travels to Leroy, and Frisco City will be taking on Excel. The rest of the high school football action is slated for Friday night. South Alabama head baseball coach Steve Kittrell announced yesterday that longtime assistant coach Ron Pelletier is leaving the Jaguar program for another position within the university. Pelletier has accepted the position of athletics grounds technician. He will oversee the maintenance efforts of Stanky Field and other athletic facilities on campus. Pelletier, who has coached his alma mater the last 17 years, said the job change was based on financial security within the university. A search for his replacement will begin immediately. And the Bay Bears last night get some good news as they beat the Birmingham Barons. 5-3 was the final score. And the Bay Bears won the game in the bottom of the 10th inning on a Blakely home run. The 2-run shot give the Bay Bears some momentum heading into tonight's finale for Hank Aaron's season 4 of the season. The last home game set to begin this evening at 6:40. And that's a look at sports this morning.
Why does it take those internet and 1-800 companies so long to process a claim?
When will my car be ready?
As soon as we hear from your insurance company.
It's because of the red tape. When you insure your car with Alpha, there is no red tape. You're working with agents and adjusters in your hometown, so you can get back on the road again in no time.
What are you telling me?
I'm still waiting to hear from corporate headquarters. Call Alpha, the best agents in the business.
Used to be, Subway's Jared had a few friends. Turns out, he's got an extended family.
Feeling fine and having a great time. We're a Subway family now.
Thanks to the Subways in our towns, thanks to the man who showed us how. We love Jared and Subway's taste. Come and join us. It's not too late.
Subway has 7 delicious sandwiches with just 6 grams of fat or less, including our new tasty honey mustard turkey with cucumber, with just 4 grams of fat.
The only thing that's missing is you. Subway, eat fresh.
It's Toyota clearance time. I like it. Clearance happens just once a year, and you'll like the values on the summer's biggest inventory. I like it. Get in for incredible savings on Corolla and choose $750 cash back or low 0.9% APR financing on all brand new reliable 2002 Corolla CE models. The best-selling, most trusted car in the world. Toyota's 2001 clearance, going on coast to coast.
Try this sometime. Tap on the windshield with your knuckles. Tap harder, harder, harder until your knuckles hurt. Let's say you're going somewhere in a hurry. Something distracts you, forcing you to slam on the brakes with your daughter in the front seat. Here's what happens to your knuckles. They slam into the dashboard while your head keeps going into the windshield. All because nobody's wearing a seatbelt. You knucklehead. We're serious about safety every time, every trip, every day. Buckle up. It's the law in Alabama.
When you're prospecting for the best dinner anywhere,
a fresh load every night.
and homemade desserts. All for only $12.49 nightly. Dig into the mother load of buffets at Boomtown Casino. Biloxi's Back Bay Bonanza.
Weather on the 5s.
Well, good morning. Things looking pretty snappy today along the Gulf Coast. Showers and thunderstorms remain a possibility, though not just today, but right through the Labor Day holiday weekend. Let's take a look at the First Alert Live Doppler radar, show you what's going on right now, and you'll find that, well, we do have some showers out there now in the Gulf waters, south of Biloxi and Pascagoula, and kind of easing toward the north and east. I'd say at a pretty slow clip, less than about 5 miles per hour. But this is the general direction this stuff is moving in right now. Possibility of showers will be along the coast during the morning, but move inland in the afternoon. I promised you last time we'd take a look at the tropics, so let's go ahead and show you what's happening out there right now. And you'll find that it's fairly quiet, really. Dean is out of the picture, of course. The National Hurricane Center was watching a low-pressure area right about in this area here, but it just moved inland over Texas and is a rainmaker. It's not turning into anything tropical, at least not for the time being, and really we don't expect it to. As far as what's going on in our forecast locally, well, marine waters, southerly winds 10 knots, 1 to 2 foot seas, a light chop in protected waters, and inland showers more along the coast in the morning and then picking up inland in the afternoon.
Plenty coming your way this morning. Our Adopt a Pet segment. Also, we'll head back into the kitchen with Chef Tenny Flynn from New Orleans, and we'll be going shopping with Mr. Food.
Some best food buys are year-round buys. Yeah, they can help us in our cooking and all around our house. You'll see.
Plus, still to come pretty soon, Canadians can warm up on cold water mornings with, well, hot donuts. We'll tell you what Krispy Kreme's doing coming up.
When you're prospecting for the best dinner anywhere, bust on into Boomtown Casino. You'll strike the mother load of buffets. They're cooking everywhere you look, like filet mignon on a flaming grill, shrimp boiled, barbecued or fried, red crab legs and jointed crab claws.
They bring in a fresh load every night.
And homemade desserts. All for only $12.49 nightly. Dig into the mother load of buffets at Boomtown Casino. Biloxi's Back Bay Bonanza.
Mobile's 300 years of history. What do you remember?
I remember the simpler things in life and growing up here. My family had a very simple lifestyle. My father was a brick mason by trade. My mother didn't return to work until we all were in school. We didn't have a whole lot of money, but we didn't know that we weren't rich because we certainly were in spirit.
WKRG5 remembers 300 years of history. Closed caption news brought to you by Heart Care at Spring Hill Medical Center, when it matters.
Bringing you the hottest values of the year from Sawyer Furniture. Unbeatable savings on everything in our huge inventory. Save even more with Sawyer Furniture's interest-free 1 year same as cash financing. Hot values on a beautiful 4-piece bedroom with contemporary styling. All 4 pieces just $6.99. Add a little style with a plush pillowback sofa and neutral tones to complement any room. Just $5.99. Even a super comfortable sofa with gorgeous animal theme pillows. Hot value priced at just $4.99. All of the hottest values of the year at Sawyer Furniture with 5 locations to serve you.
The biggest thing to ever hit the Gulf Coast is here through Labor Day only. It's the grand opening of the Gulf Coast's used car headquarters at Chris Myers Auto Mall, the home of the $99.99. $99 down, $99 a month for used cars, trucks, vans, sport utilities, acres and acres to choose from. All credit applications accepted. Over 16 lenders on hand for quick credit approval. $99 down, $99 a month. That's all you pay every day. Rush to the grand opening of the Gulf Coast used car headquarters through Labor Day only at Chris Myers Auto Mall, home of the $99.99.
You've never felt relief that lasts like this before.
It's amazing.
The revolutionary new Icy Hot Patch. Concentrated pain relief that's icy first to dull the pain, then hot to relax it away for hours of relief.
It's fantastic how long it works.
Mud, the original mask. It's all natural purifying clays. Get down to the deepest dirt and oil. Gently exfoliates and tightens pores for deep down beautiful skin.
Good morning, everybody. Angela's off this morning. First at 5, just a day after winning his 4th term as mayor of Mobile. Well, Mayor Mike Dow is talking about what he plans to do for the future, and he is focused on a proposed annexation of part of West Mobile County. Mayor Dow wants to incorporate the county to increase the city's tax revenue. The county has lower sales taxes, which makes it more attractive to new business. Mayor Dow is promising city services and infrastructure improvements for county residents, but many of those residents say they are still not interested.
Into Mobile. I'd personally just like to stay in the county. I enjoy living in the county, and that's just my personal opinion about it.
The ones that I've talked to said that they were satisfied like it is, and so I guess they still feel the same way, when it went to a vote before. So I said, I just assume it stay like it is myself, Right.
Mayor Dow says the annexation of West Mobile County is vital to the city's economic future. Well, psychiatric evaluation is underway for the young woman, I should say, the young woman accused of trying to steal a baby from a hospital maternity ward in our area. 20-year-old Kavita Creighton will be held in an Okaloosa County jail until the court-ordered evaluation. She's charged with false imprisonment of a child after befriending a new mother at the Fort Walton Beach Medical Center and then trying to make off with a woman's newborn baby girl. The ringleader of the Texas 7 will die for his role in killing a Texas police officer. That story tops our look at news making national headlines this Thursday morning. A Dallas jury handed down the verdict yesterday, just hours after George Rivas told the court he'd rather die than spend the rest of his life in prison. Rivas led 6 other inmates out of a South Texas prison in one of the state's biggest jailbreaks ever. He killed a policeman in a Christmas Eve robbery last year. Also, safety questions continue about the firm which operated that plane that crashed in the Bahamas, killing singer Aaliyah and 8 others. Federal Aviation Administration records show the company, Black Hawk, had been cited 4 times in 3 years for safety violations. The violations include failure to follow employee drug testing rules and failure to perform proper aircraft maintenance. The FAA also says the pilot who was flying the charter plane did not have authorization to fly that specific craft for the company and had been in court on drug charges just 12 days before the crash in the Bahamas. And there are reports that plane was as much as 1,500 pounds over the weight limit as well. The comedian Bob Hope is in stable condition in a California hospital this morning with what's called mild pneumonia. The 98-year-old comedian was admitted Sunday night after having some trouble breathing. The doctor says Hope's health has already improved, though, and he should be out of the hospital in a few days. Well, there's still a lot more to come on this Thursday morning. We'll have some sampling from a menu of a new New Orleans restaurant. We'll be telling you about that, and still ahead, of course, we'll meet our Adopt-A Pet of the Week from the Mobile Animal Shelter. Much more coming up. Time now, 7:04.
This is WKRG 5, coverage you can count on, with Steve Alexander, Angela Russell, and meteorologist John Nodar. WKRG 5 is coverage you can count on. WKRG 5 News is sponsored in part by Hardee's. WKRG 5 Live Doppler is brought to you by Best Talk, the ultimate phone book, and Touchtone Energy Cooperatives.
The biggest thing to ever hit the Gulf Coast is here through Labor Day only. It's the grand opening of the Gulf Coast's used car headquarters at Chris Myers Auto Mall, the home of the $99.99. $99 down, $99 a month for used cars, trucks, vans, sport utilities, acres and acres to choose from. All credit applications accepted. Over 16 lenders on hand for quick credit approval. $99 down, $99 a month. That's all you pay every day. Rush to the grand opening of the Gulf Coast used car headquarters through Labor Day only at Chris Myers Auto Mall, home of the $99.99.
Used to be, Subway's Jared had a few friends. Turns out, he's got an extended family.
Feeling fine and having a great time. We're a Subway family now. Thanks to the Subways in our towns, thanks to the man who showed us how. We love Jared and Subway's taste. Come and join us. It's not too late.
Subway has 7 delicious sandwiches with just 6 grams of fat or less, including our new tasty honey mustard turkey with cucumber, with just 4 grams of fat.
The only thing that's missing is you. Subway, eat fresh.
Pure milk chocolate. So good, you'll want to dive right in.
Not smart. Get smart. Get Body Smarts. Introducing Body Smarts Chocolate Peanut Crunch Bar. New Body Smarts. 17 essential vitamins and minerals. Surrounded in chocolate, caramel, and peanuts.
New Body Smarts. Sweet just got smart.
It's Toyota clearance time. Get to Palmer's for 2001 Tundra Access Cab, $20,995 or $239 a month. Price sells cars at Palmer's Airport Toyota, Airport Boulevard, Mobile. Now, first alert weather on the 5s.
Well, good morning to you. It's 7:05, and what is today anyway? Is it Thursday already? Yeah, it sure is. Got some showers, thunderstorms out in the Gulf waters. First alert live Doppler radar showing that they're moving off toward the east-northeast generally, so folks in South Mobile County, possibly you'll be seeing some rain before the morning is done. By afternoon, all this stuff moves to the inland communities, and we'll probably see some fairly heavy showers and thunderstorms then. Meantime, what have we got as far as temperatures as you head out the door? Well, you're going to find mid-70s, but like yesterday, it's kind of deceiving. It may be in the mid-70s, but with 100% humidity and absolutely no wind, it really feels pretty steamy out there today. Southeast satellite shows a big area of clouds over the western Gulf of Mexico, low pressure area there. Never showed any tropical development. The Hurricane Center was interested in it, but now it's moving inland. Still, it's been pushing up a lot of moisture our way out of the Gulf waters, and we're seeing it run up on a cold front to the north of us, and between those two, it's kept things relatively cloudy and rainy over the past couple of days. That's basically what we're going to see again today, but we will see a little sun peeking through in between the showers today. More in the morning along the coast, more inland during the afternoon hours is the way things are stacking up, and Precision Cast shows that, well, let me get back over here because there's a lot of activity toward the west today. Possibility of showers is going to run right through the Labor Day holiday weekend with highs in the mid-80s today and upper 80s Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, our guest on Adopt a Pet this morning's very sad. Listen. Oh, his name is Rocky, and he's crying because he needs a home. Bill Fassbender's here to tell us a little bit about Rocky.
Rocky's a mixed shepherd. He's going to probably be about a 55, 60-pound dog, make a good yard dog.
Oh, and when did he come to you?
He came to us about 3 days ago. He's got 2 other siblings down there.
Oh, come here, Rocky. Oh. Now, how big will he grow?
He's going to be about, probably about 55, 60 pounds. He'd make a good yard dog.
Yeah.
He'd be kind of intimidating, but he's not. He's got a good personality.
And he's going to grow up real fast, I bet.
Yeah, he should. He's probably about 11 weeks old now, so.
How busy has the week been? Have you had a lot of people come in?
We've had quite a few people coming in. We've had some kittens down there and quite a few puppies adopted this week.
Well, that's good. How did last week's entry go?
Oh, they were waiting for me. As usual, they wait for us when we get back.
Well, I think somebody will be waiting for Rocky. Probably a couple of people will be waiting for Rocky, but he stopped crying. See, you know, that's why he stopped crying, because he wants somebody to take him home, and he wants somebody to kind of hold him and scratch his neck and scratch his head. So if you, sure. So if you would like to be the person that takes Rocky home, all you have to do is call the Mobile Animal Shelter. Might want to get there this morning, 208-2800, and of course there are a lot of animals.
No, we have quite a few. We have some mixed labs down there and some shepherds and chows and the normal bunch that we generally have.
Well, come see Rocky, and we'll be back right after this.
On the next crossing over, Sean was a terrific son. All this New York City detective needed was one clue, and he knew his son was still with him.
He's also telling me about you smelling something of his.
I wanted to smell my son. I grabbed his sweatshirts and his sweaters and was crying.
Plus, a father takes his daughters to the ballpark one last time.
The man that's coming through is making me feel like, that's not baseball. This would be baseball.
My father. On the next crossing over with John Edward.
This morning on WKRG 5.
To find out how to make our stores even better, we asked the experts, you, and you had a lot of great ideas. One thing you wanted were even faster and fresher meals to go. No problem. We now make getting a hot and delicious meal for your family very fast and very easy. Just dash in and dash out, and you're on your way. If you haven't been to Food World lately, it's time you made a change to Food World. The change will do you good.
Low price places.
We try to do the best for our kids, from before they're born until the day they finish school. Nothing's more important than keeping them healthy. But finding the money for prescriptions and doctor bills isn't easy. Now there's new free or low-cost health care for kids.
Pick up an All-Kids application at your county health department or call toll-free 1-888-373-KIDS.
And insure your kids now. It's one of the best things you'll ever do.
It's Nissan's model year and closeout event. Now there's a $1,500 factory-to-dealer incentive on Pathfinders, and up to $1,000 on select Frontiers, and $500 on Xteras, plus 3.9 financing on two-door Frontiers and Xteras, and 0.9% on Pathfinders, plus make no payments till 2002. Best hurry to your Gulf Coast Nissan dealer. Event ends Labor Day. Nissan. Driven.
Now, Skywatch 5 traffic.
Time right now is 7:12. This is a look around Cottage Hill, and everything is flowing pretty smoothly, we're glad to say. But if you do see any traffic problems in our area, give us a call at 662-NEWS or *5 on your Singular Wireless. And, of course, the Alabama Department of Transportation reminds you to buckle up, that it's the law. And we are here now with Chef Tenny Flynn.
Good morning.
Good old Irish name. From GW Finn's in New Orleans. I'm an old New Orleans boy. Now, this is a new, must be sort of new restaurant, is it?
Pretty much new, yeah. We're just a few months old.
Now, where are y'all located?
We are between Bourbon and Dauphine Streets on Bienville. We're directly across from Arnaud's, so that's probably a landmark for you
there. Trout Meuniere and everything over at Arnaud's, I know. But you all have a whole bunch of seafood stuff I know you'll be cooking up. But tell us a little bit about what the restaurant specializes in.
Well, we specialize in 95% of our menu is fresh seafood. We print our menu in-house daily, so depending on availability of what I get and what I choose to keep, so it's pretty exciting in that respect.
Yeah. How long have you been there at Finn's?
Almost 6 months.
6 months? Mm-hmm. Where did you come from before?
Well, I was a corporate chef for Ruth's Chris, so my ventures into Mobile have been in the Ruth's Chris here. I was a corporate chef for Ruth's for 7 years, and my partner, Gary Wallerman, where the GW comes from, was the COO of Ruth's.
Oh, wow.
So we decided the world didn't need another steakhouse, so we specialize in great fresh fish. We do have a couple of prime steaks on the menu.
I spent many time listening to those sizzling steaks in New Orleans, and of course I know they got a Ruth's Chris here in Mobile, but Finn's, you have a lot of people that come from this area.
Well, that's why we're here. We have a surprising number of people that drive over from Mobile.
Wow.
And, you know, and this time of year, you know, it's hot here, it's hot there, it's hot everywhere. I mean, we're Southerners, we're used to that. It's the best time of year to come to the French Quarter. A lot of people don't know that, but the hotel rates are the best. you know.
And we're used to perspiring a little bit. I mean, that doesn't matter.
I mean, we grow bananas. I mean, you know, we're a tropical climate, right?
What are you going to be making in our next segment?
I'm going to be making braised Chilean sea bass, which is, we take the best of the local fish that we can find in the Gulf area, and we augment that with fish that we fly in from around the world. With overnight delivery, you can basically get anything that you're willing to pay for.
Oh, wow.
And this is Chilean sea bass. We're going to braise it in shrimp stock, a hot and sour shrimp stock, and serve it over sesame spinach.
Well, we will be looking forward to that. Angela, eat your heart out. I know you're out today. You aren't going to be able to eat any of this, okay? The number is 581-FINS, but we will be back again to show you the sea bass and talk more about the restaurant.
Now, first alert weather on the 5s.
Clock, and I thought we'd take a look out into the marine water and see what's in store for today. Southerly winds around 10 knots. Been fairly quiet out in the marine waters, but you get some showers, thunderstorms out there, and there are some. Then you're going to end up seeing higher winds and seas. Let's, matter of fact, take a look and see where the showers are right now with the First Alert Live Doppler radar. And on the 100-mile scan, see that most of the action is taking place out in the Gulf waters south of Mississippi. All of this kind of easing very slowly to the east-northeast, so along the coastline, and I'd say anywhere from Mobile southward in the morning hours, good chance of some showers. By afternoon, that chance of showers moves more to the inland communities. All right, so just so you're ready, you know what's going on there. Let's see what's happening with the forecast. And we'll show you that we got light winds this morning, temperatures that are in the mid-70s, and those few showers along the coast. By this afternoon, with some cloud cover and some early morning rain, don't look for the daytime high to get out of the mid-80s. Surprising again for August, and some thunderstorms are certainly a possibility moving from the coastal communities to the inland communities as the day wears on. Thought you might want to see what's going to happen over the next 5 days. We have the big holiday weekend upon us, so here's the way it stacks up with highs moving to the upper 80s, but the chance of scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms continues right through the unofficial end of summer on Monday. It's 7:16. Let's check in with the early show from CBS.
Coming up on the early show, Boy Meets Grill. Chef Bobby Flay has a delicious recipe you won't want to miss. You're watching the early show on CBS.
The JCPenney Labor Day sale. So good. Nothing will get you down. Save 20 to 50% store-wide. Plus, save an extra 10% using your Pennies card. It's all inside. Smile on. JCPenney.
Will your child grow up to be a rocket scientist? All we know is kids who eat breakfast get better grades. And if it's not eggs, it's not breakfast.
Oh, you gotta love it, the incredible edible eggs.
We have eggs.
Dearly, when my wife took pain relievers like Tylenol for her bad headaches, they'd work a while, then quit. So she tried the Aleve I take for arthritis pain.
Just 2 Aleve can work all day. That could take 8 Tylenol.
Now her headaches are gone all day. Thanks, Aleve.
My name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump.
Now on DVD, the Forrest Gump Special Collector's Edition. This 2-disc set contains over 2 hours of special features. Forrest Gump, now on DVD. Buy it today.
The Home Depot is driving down the cost of home improvement. Don't put off the project, put off the payments. This Labor Day weekend, you'll have no payments and no interest if paid within 6 months on any Home Depot consumer credit card purchases totaling $299 or more. It could be time for that new energy-saving appliance, that new floor, or maybe that new kitchen. Whatever project you're planning for the 3-day weekend, plan to start it at the Home Depot.
Okay, Monday's Labor Day. That means back to school and back to work. On Wall Street, many investors and money managers are returning from extended vacations to deal with the summer rally that wasn't. And Brian Finnerty thinks they're going to stir things up. He's our eye on the street. B, good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
Yeah, I got to hear this. Okay, summer rally didn't happen. The tax cut didn't work. The Fed interest rate cut didn't work.
Let's not get crazy here. Not everything didn't work yet.
Nothing has worked yet.
You got to be patient. You got to give things some time. Brian, there's so much negativity and apathy out there, and right now we're in the week before Labor Day, and nobody wants to do anything. Everybody's saying, call me after Labor Day. I don't want to do anything now because the market's too volatile and too sluggish, and it's going down. So they're waiting.
So you think that's all that's happening?
Well,
once these guys come back, it's going to spark?
No, I don't know that I think that. I just think that what's going to happen is things are getting so bad right now, and people are getting So just leave me alone. That when we get back after Labor Day, we're going to get a little bit of
You're drawing
action
some
going.
parallels to what happened like 3 years ago, right?
Well, here's what happened 3 years ago. September 1998, the world was coming to an end. It was a global economic meltdown. Russia was killing us. Brazil was going to collapse, and everything was going to happen. And then the Fed pumped some liquidity into the marketplace. We had a false start in September, but then it was about the first week of October, we had the real rally that really took shape and lasted about 2 years.
Except for corporate earnings were better than they are now, and there was a lot more consumer confidence in what was coming out of Washington than there is now.
Corporate earnings were better, but here's what's going on right now with corporations, Bryant. You're seeing layoffs now. You saw Corning again this morning, another 1,000 layoffs. We see Kyocera overseas laying people off. That's all. You know, we saw Sun Micro restructuring. Everybody's getting things, paring things down, where when the numbers turn, they're going to come down to the bottom line and they're going to come strong. Now, that's going to be either Q1 or Q2 of next year, and you want to start
That's
buying
what
stocks.
you see as one of the 4 positive signs. Another one you see is interest rates. 7 cuts didn't help. Banks aren't lending. What good are cuts in interest rates if nobody lends money?
Because there's money out there, and the banks are looking to lend now. They've made the rate cuts. The money's out there. Rates are lower than they've been in years, Brian, and that's going to eventually
they're low, but the banks are holding on to the
economic
money.
activity. The banks are going to loan. They got money. That's how they make money. They've got a loan.
Number 3 you like is the tax rebate. Come on, we've been hearing about the tax rebate for the last 2 months, and it hasn't shown anything.
The checks are going out. You're going
Checks
back
in the
to
mail,
school, and people are going to start spending on back to school. Now, only 18% of the people say they're going to spend. The rest are going to bank it. But at least they're banking it, and they feel better.
Would there be anything that would happen in this market to slow your optimism?
Whatever happened? You know, Susan McGinnis and I were talking earlier. Whatever happened to buy low, sell high? Now we've got a chance to buy them when they're down. Valuations are low. The dollar is strong. We've got.
There's a lot of people anxious to sell high, but they can't. They can't get the high.
Well, you got to buy them low first.
All right, B. Have a great weekend.
We're going to try.
There's
Thanks,
Susan McGinnis. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning. Well, the biggest news on Wall Street today, Michael Jackson will be at the NASDAQ this morning to kick off the trading day. For him, it kicks off an upcoming concert series at Madison Square Garden. Well, maybe that will help turn around what is looking like another dismal day for the tech sector. The latest bad news coming from Sun Microsystems. It says it will probably lose money this quarter. And as Brian said, Corning is going to cut another 1,000 jobs. That's a total of 8,000. Also, Japan's Kyocera Corporation cutting 10,000, mostly U.S. workers. Well, investors dumped stocks again on word economic growth is the slowest in 8 years. The Dow lost 131. The NASDAQ sank 22. Auction site eBay going broadcast with a new TV series about collecting that could debut next year. We'll have that on our website for you. You can check your stocks there, too. CBS.marketwatch.com. Back now to Brian and Jay.
All right, Susan.
He's not going to come back if you don't quit beating him up like this.
I mean, it's like, hey, we're all losing money.
Poor Brian.
We're back in a moment. There's more ahead.
CBS Market Watch sponsored by DieTech.com, your online mortgage banker.
Have you gotten yourself into too much credit card debt? You may be able to point and click your way out with a second mortgage from DieTech.com. Whether you have equity or no equity, DieTech has a second mortgage with a no closing cost option that may help lower your monthly payments. Why pay minimum monthly payments when you can pay off your high interest debt with a second mortgage from DieTech.com? For fast, friendly service, apply online or call us at 1-800-71-FIX now.
You know, Each, I've been thinking. Maybe we're wrong to make people choose sides.
My turn.
I mean, we both got our strong points. You're healthy and nutritious. I'm sweet and delicious. Maybe if we work together in harmony, we'd realize we're actually a pretty good team.
Oh, sweets, I'm touched. Do you really mean it?
Yeah, Weech, I really mean it. Car! Car!
This one's mine. Nice move.
Go jump in some milk.
I'm taking you with me.
The JCPenney Labor Day sale. So good, nothing will get you down. Save 20 to 50% store-wide. Plus, save an extra 10% using your Pennies card. It's all inside. Smile on. JCPenney.
Some enchanted evening.
Bring home Rodgers and Hammerstein's South Pacific, featuring some of the most memorable songs ever. The all-new production is now available to own on DVD and video.
Ask your doctor about Celebrex.
Will your child grow up to be a rocket scientist? All we know is kids who eat breakfast get better grades. And if it's not eggs, it's not breakfast.
Ooh, you gotta love it, the incredible edible egg.
Might have eggs.
The Home Depot is driving down the cost of home improvement. Don't put off the project, put off the payments. This Labor Day weekend, you'll have no payments and no interest if paid within 6 months on any Home Depot consumer credit card purchases totaling $299 or more. It could be time for that new energy-saving appliance, that new floor, or maybe that new kitchen. Whatever project you're planning for the 3-day weekend, plan to start it at the Home Depot.
Now, first alert weather on the 5s.
Well, good Thursday morning to you, heading toward a Labor Day holiday weekend, the unofficial end of summer. Big collective sigh there. Let's check the first alert live Doppler radar. Show you what's going on this morning. Got some showers out there around the Mississippi Sound area and stretching into Jackson County. And a lot of us are going to see those showers along the coast during the morning hours. There's been a slow movement toward the east and northeast, but they are moving. Matter of fact, I'll just kind of circle them here. This is the bunch I'm talking about. The whole direction is kind of like that. So anywhere from Mobile southward, you're probably going to see some showers in the morning. Later today, the focus of the rain moves inland. Let's go ahead and see what temperatures are doing this morning. Mid-70s, no big surprise there. Humidity is high, but visibility is pretty good at all of our official reporting stations. The big picture satellite shows lots of moisture streaming up our way out of the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to bring us some showers and thunderstorms, but a little sunshine will peek through. Daytime high, mid-80s.
Top stories making news this morning. Mobile Mayor Mike Dowell claims it's vital to the city's economic future. He's once again focusing on a proposed annexation of part of West Mobile County. Mayor Dowell wants to incorporate the county to increase the city's tax revenue and promises city services and infrastructure improvements for the county, but many county residents say they are still opposed. A psychiatric evaluation is on the way for the young woman accused of trying to steal a baby from a hospital maternity ward. 20-year-old Kavita Creighton will be held in an Okaloosa County jail until the court-ordered evaluation. Creighton is charged with false imprisonment of a child after trying to take a newborn baby from a Fort Walton Beach hospital. And 72-year-old Charles Styron is out of the hospital this morning and out of jail after a recent brawl with Foley police. Styron was burning off his fields to get ready for planting. He says when firefighters told him to put out the fire, he walked toward them, and that's when one police officer stopped him, getting so close that Styron says he spit in his face. Styron says he spit back, and it went downhill from there. It took 3 police officers to bring Styron down. Styron and his son are charged with aggravated assault of a police officer, resisting arrest, and obstructing government operations. Time now to check back in with Maris Norman. You might say she's in a frenzy this morning as she tries her hand at some creative stamping.
That's right, we're talking about Stamping Frenzy. I want to show you my artwork really quickly. Isn't that lovely? Did that all by myself, which shows you just how easy this is. There's so much other stuff you can do. You can look over here, and this lady's wearing clothing that she actually made. These are fish stamps. It says glitter on it, and she's also wearing matching fish earrings, and it's just so interesting what you can do. And she can wash this, can't put it in the dryer, but she can wash the shirt and the earrings. Everything is just so unique. We also have some stuff here on the table we wanted to show you, boxes that you can do, Christmas cards, everything that is just so very interesting. This little box is, get a shot of the box here, it's very interesting, but when you open it up, it also opens up into more little boxes, which is just the most interesting thing I think I've seen in a long time. This is something that they made right here at Stamping Frenzy. Now, holding another interesting creation of frame, if you look over here, this is Ray Hardy, and this is just one of the many things you do. How much variety is there in stamping?
Oh, there's all kinds of things. Like I said, you can stamp on ceramics, wood, plastic, glass, paper.
Anything.
Yeah.
If people want to come out and just try this out, where are you located so they can find you?
Cottage Hill and University.
And give us your phone number.
661-9567.
Okay, if you've got questions about stamping or you want to come out and try it, they actually have a class you can take and just all sorts of things, so come on out and check out Stamping Frenzy. Reporting live, Maris Norman, WKRG 5.
We are back with a good people from GW Fins in New Orleans. Way of explanation before we get into this. We had a little power failure. Transformer blew not too far away from us, and electricity was out, so we're getting everything cranked back up, including the stove. So we will get this dish prepared for you. Might be a little bit later in the show. But tell us again, Chilean sea bass?
Chilean sea bass, also known as Patagonian toothfish. You can see why they call it Chilean sea bass,
It's
right?
a much better name, yeah.
It's a really sweet, you can sort of tell, put a little flour on it, but you can tell it's a very white fish. It's very rich. It lends itself very well to the braising that we're going to do to it.
Okay.
We're going to color it off just a little bit. Got a little olive oil and just a little bit of butter. You know, that makes everything better.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to color it off there. And then when it's colored on both sides, we're going to about halfway immerse it in some of this hot and sour shrimp stock.
That's interesting.
Which is shrimp stock, rice vinegar, and chili paste. And in the interest of time here, as always, we've got one that's already made. And we're going to put a little bit of this sauteed spinach that we put a drop of sesame oil in. That goes well with that broth. And then we're going to see if I can get that up in the in this little short spatula to fit in that bowl.
That's always the tricky part, you know.
Well, with everybody watching, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I could do it just fine by myself. We'll see what. Whoops, it's going to break.
Oh, that's okay. It's going to come apart at some point anyway,
that's
so
right.
why not?
We'll glue it back together there.
Now, how did you get the idea for this? This is something I haven't heard of before, and it sounds
It's kind
really
of
good.
an Asian type thing, a little bit of that. And it's just I was unemployed for a year, so we spent some time in menu development. So,
what are some of the ingredients that go on? I'm going to try to get this on our website, www.wkrg.com. But if you want to try to cook this at home, and what are some of the ingredients?
This is a real basic dish, and a lot of our dishes we try to showcase the natural flavors of the fish rather than go really wild with the sauces and garnish. This dish has pretty much three components: the sautéed fish, the sautéed sesame spinach, and the spicy shrimp stock that's got the three ingredients, which is rice wine vinegar, shrimp stock, and chili paste.
Okay.
So it's real straightforward flavors, and the spiciness really kind of goes very well with the richness of the fish. And we do, like I said, we print our menu daily based on availability. We've got between 12 and 14 fresh seafood items pretty much every day, plus those two great steaks and a poultry dish as well.
Where are you located in New Orleans for anybody who wants to go travel to the French Quarter?
We're at 808 Bienville Street in between Bourbon and Dauphine in the Quarter, and we're directly across from Arnaud's. That's a landmark that everybody knows what is. And this is the time of year to come to the French Quarter. The hotel rates don't get any better than they are right now. And be sure and come see us.
And the food doesn't get any better. And we certainly thank you all for coming the 2.5, 3 hours all the way from New Orleans. And especially cooking up a dish that you don't get a chance to hear or see very much here in Mobile. We'll be back.
This is WKRG 5, coverage you can count on, with Steve Alexander, Angela Russell, and meteorologist John Nodar. WKRG 5 is coverage you can count on.
This is a time of tremendous possibility.
Now.
There's a new sense of empowerment.
Now.
We're talking about a new generation of issues. We're talking about a new generation of hope.
Now.
It's important to seize the day. What's even more important, seize the moment.
Now. Montel, making a difference.
Now, more than ever.
Montel is coming to WKRG 5.
In less than 6 months, sales have tripled at the all-new Mark Dodge in Mobile. How do we do it? By offering superior new and used vehicles at the guaranteed low prices our competitors can't or won't match. Like a 2001 Dodge Caravan for only $15,495, or a loaded V8 Dodge Ram Quad Cab SLT for $17,995. And remember, at Mark Dodge, we won't try to trick you with hidden charges or high fees after you've agreed to a price. You won't pay more for integrity at Mark Dodge in Mobile.
Oh, look at her. She's so sweet.
16 years ago, the world got quite a treat.
Wow. 16 ounces.
The famous DQ Blizzard treat is having a sweet 16th birthday. So let's celebrate. This week only, get any regular price 16-ounce Blizzard, and you can get a second one for only 16 cents. So hurry to DQ now and join the party.
She was born with a plastic spoon in her mouth.
Blizzard for only 16 cents? Gotta be DQ.
Every time I tried to sleep at night, I would wake up coughing and basically gasping for air. I finally went to the doctor. He just said, look, you have a very big problem. You've been diagnosed with what is called congestive heart failure. Then my doctor put me on this medicine, and right away I started to feel a lot better. The drug has affected my life immensely in a great way. If I met a researcher today, I would probably give him or her a great big hug and a kiss.
Big kiss. Big kiss.
Not too big. And I think that you're doing great work, and please continue.
I'm Tom Jones at East Bay Kia in Daphne. Everyone's having a year-end closeout, but not like East Bay Kia. You can buy a brand new Kia Sophia with no payments until 2002, then as low as $189 a month. Check out our new Kia Sedona minivan and our luxurious Optima, all backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile long-haul warranty. And no credit application will be refused at East Bay Kia, where we will save you money.
East Bay Kia's got the right Kia for you.
Crossing Over with John Edward. Today on WKRG 5. Now, first alert weather on the 5s.
Well, good morning. It is 7:35. It's Thursday, and, well, among the other good things, you got a holiday weekend approaching, and you got good air quality, according to the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. Quick check of the first alert. Live Doppler radar does show some showers and thunderstorms out there. Let's see if I can get the dust cover off my lips this morning. And you'll see that, yeah, it's mostly out in the Gulf waters, but some of them are brushing the coastline. This is all moving kind of toward the north and east, so I'm figuring South Mobile County, anywhere from Mobile southward into South Baldwin County, may be seeing some of this as the morning wears on. Later today, the showers shift to the inland communities. Let's go to a wide picture of the eastern United States and show you what's happening out there. This area of low pressure, the Hurricane Center was interested in this, but it has begun to move inland without any development. Still lots of moisture around the area, and that's why we've been seeing so many showers and thunderstorms. As we get down close to our part of the world, you got those scattered showers with temperatures in the mid-70s. They'll warm to about the mid-80s, so even if it's not raining on you right now, go ahead and send the reindeer with the kids again, because the possibility of them being rained on at some point today is pretty good, with mostly cloudy skies and a high warming to 84.
Time now 7:36. From Alicia Keys to Stained, from NSYNC to Tool. Those are just a few of the names who've given us some of the summer's hottest albums. VH1's Rebecca Rankin has more.
NSYNC represented pop well this summer when their album Celebrity sold 1.8 million copies in its first week out. Now, bands like Tool, Stained, and Radiohead kept the rock in there, while R&B newcomer Alicia Keys burst onto the scene, all becoming some of the hottest albums of the summer. NSYNC Celebrity debuted with the second highest first week sales ever. They hold the #1 spot with their album No Strings Attached. Celebrity shows NSYNC branching out from their usual sound with more of a dance-driven hip-hop and R&B feel.
We're learning things every day about music, and that just goes to show that we're, definitely working on our craft and trying to evolve and do different things.
Missy Elliott's So Addictive, Ludacris is back for the first time, and P. Diddy's The Saga continues. All represented rap and hip-hop well. Radio play, record sales, and most of all, fan popularity. Tool's Lateralis and Stain's Break the Cycle both debuted at #1 on the Billboard album charts this summer, and Radiohead's Amnesiac debuted strong at #2, all faring well for rock. Destiny's Child and Janet Jackson both had hot summer dance singles. Destiny's Bootylicious and Janet's Someone to Call My Lover kept both artists' albums steaming through the summer months. Also, Train's song Drops of Jupiter was a summer staple and gave Drops of Jupiter, the album, some major attention. But the biggest and most surprising summer success came from 20-year-old Alicia Keys. Her album, Songs in A Minor, debuted at #1 and put her in the limelight. One of the summer's great albums, Songs in A Minor, was written, arranged, and produced mostly by Alicia herself.
It just worked best when I just completely was involved in it. I didn't have to battle all the outside scenarios, you know, it just was more comfortable.
Some music veterans had strong summers as well. New releases from Bon Jovi, R.E.M., and Depeche Mode were all big sellers and got lots of radio play. In Santa Monica, I'm Rebecca Rankin.
Ah, those are the days, summer, huh? Still to come, we'll go shopping with Mr. Food. We'll also get one last update from the Skywatch 5 Traffic Center. Plus, Krispy Kreme donuts taking off to the Great White North. Details ahead. Time now, 7:39.
Attention, this is a consumer alert. Users of the drug Baycol, you may be entitled to a cash award. Call attorney Morris Bart now and get the facts. Your health may be at risk.
I'm attorney Morris Bart. If you use the drug Baycol, call me now. Your health could be at risk and you may be entitled to compensation.
If you've used the drug Baycol and have experienced any of these symptoms, your call will be given top priority. Call now. Your health could be at risk and you may be entitled to a cash award. Deadlines are approaching. Call now.
It's Nissan's model year and closeout event. Now there's a $1,500 factory-to-dealer incentive on Pathfinders and up to $1,000 on select Frontiers and $500 on Xteras, plus 3.9 financing on two-door Frontiers and Xteras and 0.9% on Pathfinders, plus make no payments till 2002. Best hurry to your Gulf Coast Nissan dealer. Event ends Labor Day. Nissan. Driven.
Well, I know what you said. I just didn't expect. It's just so hard. I can't believe I have breast cancer. I know you're busy and I really appreciate it.
Catherine, you
At Rite
never
Aid,
have to apologize.
we're here for you,
You can call me anytime.
even if it's just to listen.
Thanks so much.
Rite Aid. With us, it's personal.
Fire up the grill this holiday and save at the Labor Day sale. Now at Marketplace Piggly Wiggly and Food Giant. Brian's smoked sausage or juicy jumbos, now buy one, get one free. Cool down your picnic with all your favorites from Pepsi at special Labor Day sale prices. And start the day with Pet Orange Juice, the big gallon size, $1.99. So cook up some savings at the Labor Day sale. Now at Marketplace Piggly Wiggly, all the fine stores in the Food Giant family.
At the Mercury 2001 clearance, get 0.9% APR financing on every Sable in stock. Zilch 0.9 or cash back on a Sable LS Premium with no-charge leather seating surfaces and ABS. Not 0.9 on Sable and on every 2001 Mercury in stock. But hurry before these offers are gone. 0.9. See your local Mercury dealer. Now get $1,500 cash back or 0.9 financing on Sable.
When your eyes feel dry, gritty, irritated, protect them with Refresh brand eye drops. First, Refresh relieves dryness. Then Refresh forms a lasting shield of protection that keeps irritation out and moisture in. Refresh. It relieves and protects.
What's one of the reasons a relationship lasts?
Discover a new world of intimacy with KY Liquid Lubricant. Smoother thanks to its Hydro Liquid formula.
He says I have a very agile mind.
KY Liquid, the #1 doctor-recommended brand.
Now, Skywatch 5 traffic.
Good morning to Drive at 5 time, now 18 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're sitting at 7:42, and things are looking pretty good out there. Nothing too bad to report at this hour, but there is a report of a two-car accident on Murray Hill Road at Highway 90 near St. Elmo. Early reports were 4 people injured, but they are quickly clearing up that scene, and it doesn't appear to be too serious. However, you may encounter some delays. Also, there's a report of an accident on the service road at I-65 and Airport Boulevard, heading northbound. You want to watch out for that. Otherwise, you should have a pretty good commute on this Thursday morning. We hope you do anyway. The Alabama Department of Transportation reminds you to buckle up. It's the law. I'm Joy Purcell, reporting live from the WKRG 5 News Traffic Center.
This morning, Mr. Food taking a break from the kitchen to take us on a shopping trip, and we're checking out today's best food buy. It helps us in our cooking and also around the house.
Today, the big craze seems to be fancy flavored vinegars. You know, balsamic and red wine and garlic and walnut and champagne, and it goes on and on. But
let's not forget about our old favorite, white vinegar. Yeah, not only is it ever versatile, but week after week, it's always a best food buy. Well, you see, this little bottle can go a long way. Well, like here in cooking, if we're hard-boiling eggs, you add a bit of vinegar to the water to prevent any white from leaking out of them. And when poaching them, that same bit of vinegar will keep those eggs looking picture perfect. Why, we can even sprinkle vinegar on fish fillets, you know, before cooking them to make them firmer and whiter. And as a go-along to that fish, let's say that we're cooking cabbage or any strong-smelling veggie. You simmer a small pan of water and vinegar on the stove at the very same time, and those strong odors will almost be a thing of the past. And besides all of the pickling and the marinating and the dressing recipes that call specifically for white vinegar, it's an amazing household cleanser, too. Sure, we can remove stubborn stains from coffee makers and glasses and even mugs by rinsing them with a solution of 1 part vinegar to 8 parts of hot water. And vinegar and water are a super solution for washing our windows and even our kitchen floors. And these are just a sampling. Why, there are so many uses for this little bottle that it's practically worth its weight in gold. And always at such a bargain price. Let's make sure we don't forget the white vinegar in a world of gourmet ones. Because, you know, sometimes simple is the best. Ooh, it's so good.
In the move for some hot donuts, well, the familiar Krispy Kreme neon sign will soon be popping up at the Great White North because the popular donut store opening stores in Canada next year. Wow. Longtime favorite here, the Krispy Kreme franchise has grown to include much of the U.S. since its humble beginnings in North Carolina some 70 years ago. The owner of the Canadian franchise tasted the donuts 2 years ago and, like many of us, was instantly hooked. Lucky Canucks, those are Canadians, can begin enjoying the Krispy Kreme confections next spring. 32 shops open in eastern Canada.
Now, first alert weather on the 5s.
And pretty soon they're going to learn, you know, when that red sign goes on. Hot donuts now. They'll be going right.
Entire country of Canada. We're eating Chilean sea bass from GW Fins in New Orleans.
Right, or Patagonian toothfish. Yeah, either way, it's the breakfast of champions.
Yes, especially when you get up this early in the morning, folks, right?
Let's take a look at the weather, show you what's going on out there today and the forecast. Well, summer's not quite over, and neither are the summer showers along the Gulf Coast. Quick look at the First Alert Live Doppler radar will prove that by showing you showers and thunderstorms out over the Gulf waters and stretching into southeast Mississippi. Mainly, it's going to be along the coast during the morning hours, Mobile southward, say. Then in the afternoon, the focus shifts northward, and the inland communities will see more of the rain. So that's the way it's stacking up for today. Quick check of the temperatures this morning as you head out the door. Mid-70s, going to probably the mid-80s before the day is through because we're getting our cloud cover and rain early. By afternoon, maybe a little bit of sun peeking through along the coast. Calm conditions right now, and we'll see a little bit of a southwest breeze later. Lots of clouds, though, lots of moisture, and eventually lots of rain, too. It's 7:47, and now it's time to check in with the early show from CBS.
If your teen's talking about it, we've got it covered in our study hall report. That's in the next hour of The Early Show.
The JCPenney Labor Day sale. So good, nothing will get you down. Save 20 to 50% store-wide. Plus, save an extra 10% using your Pennies card. It's all inside. Smile on. JCPenney.
Will your child grow up to be a rocket scientist? All we know is kids who eat breakfast get better grades. And if it's not eggs, it's not breakfast.
Oh, you gotta love it, the incredible edible egg.
Houston, we have eggs.
Tens of thousands of people continue to buy the Oldsmobile Alero. Is it because of our special cashback offers? Is it because of the 5-year, 60,000-mile GM protection plan? Or is it because the Alero is so fun to drive? Yes. Are you in the market? Get in an Oldsmobile, backed by GM. And for a limited time, qualified buyers can get 0.9% APR financing.
Will's nominated for eviction again.
He has something to worry about.
Or will Bunky's attitude get him kicked out?
He thinks he's better than everybody.
Big Brother Live, CBS tonight.
Tonight, celebrate Dave's anniversary.
We'll start making this show better. That's no problem. We can do that. When? That's the easy part. Just as soon as people start watching. Okay.
The Early Show continues now from the General Motors building at Trump Plaza in New York City.
When a new school
school year begins, most parents are diligent about getting young kids vaccinated, but many often forget that older students need some shots too. Dr. Emily Sinay has advice in this morning's Health Watch report. Hi, Em.
Hi, good morning, Jane.
What kind of vaccinations are we talking about?
Right, well, you're right. We're not talking about the babies or infants. You know, as parents, we have to go in anyway to get regular checkups, so we're doing that pretty diligently. But when our kids get to be around the age of adolescence, you need to start to consider booster shots or maybe getting your kids some shots that weren't available when they were infants.
Okay, so let's go through the list of shots that are available for adolescents.
Okay, so the first shot you want to think about is the measles, mumps, rubella shot, the MMR. You need 2 doses of this vaccination. If you haven't had it, around the age of 11 or 12 is a good time to consider getting the second dose or getting your child immunized if they haven't had it at all. The second one that you want to think about is the hepatitis B. If you haven't had a complete series or you did not complete this or you did not get it at all, many kids did not get it initially during childhood. Again, adolescence is a good time to consider getting that. The final one is the tetanus and diphtheria. Now, this is a booster shot that you need around the ages of 11 and 12, and then again every 10 years after that. As adults, we often forget that we need this tetanus booster shot until we've hurt ourselves and we find ourselves in the emergency room or the doctor's office, and they ask us, when was the last time you had a tetanus shot? And you can't remember.
Right,
so you need that one about every 10 years.
What about chicken pox? Good. If you haven't had it before.
If you haven't had it before, that's correct. About 20% of 11 and 12-year-olds are not immune to chicken pox. And the fact of the matter is, the older you are when you get the chicken pox, the worse the complications can be. So you want to consider the chicken pox vaccination if your child is neither immune or has not had the vaccine itself.
All right, and for children with special health problems.
Right.
What's your advice?
There are 3 vaccinations to consider. Not all children with special health problems need all 3 of these, but you want to consider this as the pneumococcal, the influenza, and the hepatitis A, very specific to each case. So you want to have a conversation with your doctor about those 3 things. Hepatitis A will also depend on what location you're in.
All right, what about college students? Because we've been hearing a lot lately about meningitis in colleges.
That's right.
The possibility
we now know that college freshmen living in dorms are at the highest risk for meningitis. And there is a vaccine available. Now, this is still a very rare disease, fortunately, but we have identified high-risk groups. So if your child is going off to college, you might want to have a conversation with their doctor about getting the meningitis vaccination, and many college health facilities will provide this. Only in the state of Maryland is this absolutely required for college kids.
I'm always concerned about the side effects of these vaccinations. We've heard so much about some of them being potentially dangerous, especially for children. How do you weigh that risk?
Well, you know, a study out this morning finds that there really are no long-term side effects from many of these vaccinations, even when kids do get some of the side effects like fever, in some cases seizure. But all major bodies of medicine have sort of passed on this, saying that these are safe and that the risks of getting the actual illness, and we tend to forget what that was like, because it's been so many years since we saw the effects of serious viral illnesses, that the vaccinations, the safety of the vaccines are extremely high, and that parents should have a conversation with their doctor if they're especially concerned about anyone.
Better to be safe than sorry.
I think so.
Emily, thanks as always.
Okay.
7:52. Coming up in our next hour, we'll check out the trends in the hotel business after this.
CBS Health Watch sponsored by Quaker Oatmeal. Quaker warms you heart and soul.
Riboflavin.
It helps heal those bumps and bruises. And it's in Quaker Oatmeal because someday Jan might not think of a bandage as a fashion statement. Just another reason to start their day the Quaker way.
Warms you heart and soul.
I love sharing my passion for dance with children. Being a dance teacher really takes a toll on your skin, on your body.
Dove knows beautiful skin is healthy skin.
After a long day of dancing, my skin craves nourishment.
With stripes of cleanser and vitamin E lotion, Dove Nutrium replenishes essential nutrients and restores the radiance life takes away.
It's like it feeds my skin, it gives it nourishment. I try to stay physically fit and healthy because your body's your instrument. It makes your skin so soft.
To feel truly fresh where it really counts, sometimes wetter is better. Introducing Cottonelle Fresh Roll Wipes. Together with dry toilet paper, these new pre-moistened wipes on a roll leave you feeling cleaner and fresher.
This
is good.
Cottonelle Fresh Roll Wipes. What it means to feel clean.
The Heartburn Hotel. If you suffer persistent heartburn 2 days a week or more, despite diet change and treatment, it may be acid reflux disease. Prescription Prevacid can mean 24-hour relief from acid reflux disease. Prevacid turns off tiny pumps that produce acid. It has a low occurrence of side effects, such as diarrhea, abdominal pain, and nausea. Ask your doctor if Prevacid is right for you.
So leave your heartburn behind.
You know, when the toilet bowl overflows over the floor, it's not a nice thing. You could have a lot of trouble with your septic if you don't maintain it. It could also back up on the lawn. It's cheaper to maintain your septic system.
The bacteria and enzymes in Rid-X help prevent septic backups. Use Rid-X once a month.
It's more than just a race.
I love you.
I love you.
Charlie is a recovering addict. This wealthy couple could be risking their marriage. Love the competition on Survivor? Then don't miss this challenge.
There is no hope of rescue up here.
48 hours tonight.
Now, first alert weather on the 5s.
Well, good morning, 7:55, 5 minutes till 8. It's Thursday, heading into a holiday weekend. Let's check the First Alert Live Doppler radar, see what's going on this morning. And well, this is what's happening not only this morning, but right this second. We got showers and thunderstorms developing out in the Gulf waters, brushing the coastline now. And close to the coast, better chance of rain in the morning. As you go farther inland, better chance of rain in the afternoon. Temperatures this morning opening up in the mid-70s. I'm going by that a little too quickly for you to catch them all, but anywhere between about 74 and 76 degrees. Visibility is fine at all of our official reporting stations, and the 5-day forecast takes us through the holiday weekend, warming a bit to the upper 80s with a little more sunshine probably Friday through Monday, but still some scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms.
Top stories making news. Mobile Mayor Mike Dow claims it's vital to the city's economic future. He's once again focusing on a proposed annexation of part of West Mobile County. The mayor wants to incorporate the county to increase the city's tax revenue and promises city services and infrastructure improvements, but many county residents say they're still opposed. In national news, the ringleader of the Texas 7 will die for his role in killing a Texas police officer. A Dallas jury handed down the verdict yesterday, just hours after George Rivas told the court that he'd rather die than spend the rest of his life in prison. Rivas led 6 other inmates out of a South Texas prison in one of the state's biggest jailbreaks ever. He killed the policeman in a Christmas Eve robbery last year. And comedian Bob Hope is in stable condition this morning, and he could be released from the hospital in a few days. Star of radio, film, and television has mild pneumonia. The 98-year-old comedian was admitted to a California hospital Sunday night after having problems breathing. Tomorrow, be sure to tune in to WKRG 5 News. Louise Crow's back with her secret garden and herb farm. She'll be joining us in the kitchen. And All for Love. Find out how you can join area tennis teams. Gotcha! Yeah. And then we'll sit down with Ask the Pros. All of that in the beginning of a long weekend tomorrow.
Yeah, beginning of the holiday weekend. Chad Watson will be in with you tomorrow, so join us.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Naturally, you want choices when you're buying new equipment. With the world's largest inventory, Edwin Watts guarantees you the best selection and values anywhere. Edwin Watts Golf, golf's most trusted retailer since 1968.
Something exciting's happened here at Leisure Time RV. Fleetwood, the world's largest RV manufacturer, has delivered the Fiesta to Leisure Time. It is a truly valued motorhome with good equipment. It's got all flex steel furniture. It sleeps 6 people. It's got cabinets in every nook and cranny. It has a woven cloth ceiling with ducted air. And ladies, you'll like the way you can drive this. So why don't you take a look at this motorhome? You can't see it anywhere else, and it's priced at an introductory price at $49,995. Come see it.
You could be having a lot more fun this summer.
Just drop whatever you're doing and get to your Pontiac dealer for the 2001 Pontiac Summer Clearance, where you can save a bundle. Get 0% APR financing on the driving excitement of any 2001 Pontiac in stock, or up to $2,000 cash back on select models. See dealer for restrictions. With a deal this good on driving excitement, you may want to get more than one. Great cash back offers. That's what you're going to get. This is where you gotta go.
Bringing you the hottest values of the year from Sawyer Furniture. Unbeatable savings on everything in our huge inventory. Save even more with Sawyer Furniture's interest-free 1 year, same as cash financing. Hot values on a beautiful
Toyota's 2001 clearance, going on coast to coast.